What is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm here with my co-host JohnnyKpicks and some super awesome cappers, man. Got two new guys. You all know Patrick, but got two new awesome dudes today. We got Ben the Bane Davis, and we got Kyle Miller from Never Hedge, man. All these guys are awesome. Have great shows, have great Twitter sites, Twitter pages, Instagram pages. I'm gonna let them tell you guys a little about themselves and about their pages and stuff, and we'll get into these fights. What's up, Ben? How you doing today, man?
Yeah, man, I'm fantastic. Super happy to be here. It's funny that we've got Never Hedge Kyle because I'm hedging all the time, man. I gotta cover my bases, baby.
Oh yeah,
it's just need to come out with some profit,
right? They win one way or the other. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I said, Ben, dude, he has one of the funniest Twitter pages out there, period, in the game. He does a lot of you announce at fights, right?
Yeah, so I'm a play commentator and like an on-site media correspondent for different outlets.
Yep. So Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. I also seen, I think if I remember correctly, you was tapping out Billy Quarantillo, right? Got him in that knee bar.
Yeah, I really destroyed him leading up to that fight. I kind of wanted to take it easy, but he's talking shit, right? When Billy Q starts talking shit, you got to lay down the hammer.
Got to, man. And you had him. You was that close for 1 second.
I mean, the best way to get Billy Q is in the first round, so that's the only chance you got.
Yeah, start him.
Yeah, that's not happening, dude. Billy Q, that's a tough dude. That's a tough dude.
Right.
Kyle, man, what's up, man? Tell us a little about you, man.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me on. I'm at Never Hedge on Twitter. I have a YouTube channel. I run a Discord, but if you follow me on Twitter, you'll find all that stuff. So at Never Hedge on Twitter, and thanks for having me on. This card's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate you coming on, taking some time to come hang out, give everybody some super good bets, man, some good information, and glad I had you on because now I'm gonna have to get into that contest you said you run, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's the second season right now. I think there's only 4 people left. So it's a survivor pool. If you're familiar with how NFL survivor works, I even use League Safe, which I think was meant for football, but I use it for this MMA contest.
Nice.
So we don't have an incident.
No shenanigans.
Yeah.
No PayPal issues, if you want to say.
Right.
No home remodeling.
But we use League Safe. We use League Safe, and it's been awesome. So this one's wrapping up, and I already said the next one's going to start for the Islam Volk card.
Oh, nice.
So no matter what, if these 4 guys stay alive till then, we'll just be running 2 at one time.
Nice.
And signups are already up. Right now, I only posted that in my Discord. I didn't post it anywhere else. So, but it is live. I'll share it on Twitter later.
Heck yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna join this one for sure.
Yeah, I like it.
You got a Discord or anything, Ben? You want to shut up?
Honestly, Twitter, Instagram, that's pretty much the main platform. I do have a Discord, but mostly inactive on it. I don't like Discord, man. It's weird. People pinging me, the fucking noise of the alert, it just irritates me.
I like it.
I'm about to start one, so I guess I'm gonna have to get used to all that stuff. It's gonna be tough.
You might get annoyed with it. You'll find out.
Dude, Discord's a weird thing because at first I did not know how to use it. I was like the number one guy, couldn't figure it out. I couldn't even get into someone's page. And then once I figured it out, it's so easy. It's so easy to use, and it's great. The guys in the Discord, I wonder if any of them are going to hop on here, but they're awesome.
Heck yeah. I'm like you, dude. I don't know anything about tech, so that's my biggest thing about starting is just being nervous and not knowing how to do it, but I'll figure it out, man.
If you need help setting up a Discord, I can help you out.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be hitting you up then for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Patrick, man, what's up today? How you doing today, man?
Man, it feels so good to have a UFC card back in Brazil at long last, man. I love when they have the Brazil card. Some of the most epic moments were there. The best fighter in UFC history, Vitor Belfort, hails from Brazil. So it's good to be back, and I'm ready to make some money on this card and watch every bit of the action and talk about it with you beauties. Let's get after it.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. Everybody knows, check out Patrick Addicted Combat Twitter, Instagram. Got great Instagram too now, man. I like that. I'm gonna start doing them reels and shorts too and stuff. But
I'm on TikTok. I'm TikToking over there with Clint.
There you go.
So We're trying to take over. Brady, I think Brady from DFS by the numbers. He's on TikTok as well. So I'm trying to stay relevant. I'm trying to stay hip.
Right.
I'm not as much of a boomer as Cody and Johnny. I'm close.
Yeah.
Not quite there yet. I can still be hip with the kids.
I don't think I'm gonna do TikTok, but good for you, man.
I tried. I just can't do it.
I know I can't.
TikTok is fun, dude. TikTok is like what the internet used to be. It's like a return to just degenerate fun, like just purposeless. There's no like political arguments, no like trash like that. It's just like just the memes are fire. It's fun.
I like it. A lot of people on it too.
You guys remember Vine videos?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. That's literally what I think of like TikTok. Like, I remember that way back
Pretty
in
much.
Yep. But yeah, man, everybody go take the time right now to go ahead and like and subscribe to all these guys' pages. All the links are in the description below too. All the links to take you to their Instagram and their YouTube. So go check that out. Everybody knows Johnny. Johnny, how you doing today, bro?
Pretty good. I'm excited for this card. I think it's stacked. There's gonna be a lot of violence. Looking forward to it. I'm really excited for a few of these fights. Mckinney and Bonfim. That's gonna be my number one fight I'm really looking forward to. But there's a whole bunch of great fights. And looking forward. We gotta make some money this time because last time was not good.
It was
not good.
Last week was, maybe it was just overthought. Maybe we was forced into some of the lines just because they got so bad up, man. It was hard.
That's what I was thinking too. The bookies had like 4 weeks to put these lines out, and man, they just destroyed those lines. And maybe, like you said, we were overthinking everything. And
Yep.
It is what it is.
Though. This pay-per-view show. This is where we kill because we know a lot of the fighters. We get some veteran fighters. It's a lot easier to pick these veteran fights. That's why I feel like I call myself Mr. Pay-per-view, and I do so good on them because it's so much easier when you got a dude with 9 fights in the UFC versus a guy with 8 fights. You know what you're going to get most of the time. Like Paul Craig, Johnny Walker. Paul Craig's going to sub him or Johnny Walker's going to starch him. It's pretty easy. But these other guys come in like that you think like Nick Fiore, who's going to get finished real quick and this and that, and then he just survives a beating, and you're like, man, that's crazy.
Yep.
But super durable. But let's say what's up to some people in the chat. We got it's Nino in the house. He said almost time to eat. 5K in bets totaling 18 parlays. I like it, man. I think he said he hit like 10K last week, so good luck on them parlays, man. I hope you hit them. Euphoria always here, man. He said, let's have a big night, boys. Let's go, Euphoria. We're definitely going to have a big night. He said, respect to you, Blood Money, for posting your slips before the fight. So much cap on Twitter and IG with sport betting nowadays. Yeah, man, it's awesome doing that. It also sucks like last week when you lose, dude, because you got
people know
you got to really eat, especially when you bet big and lose big. But that's part of it. But the real ones that know how good you are and this and that, like all you guys up here that we know you're good, you put in the time, effort. Everybody's gonna have some down weeks in that, but we're all gonna come back. Saba MMA, what is up? He said, what's up, everybody? Let's all enjoy this first pay-per-view of the year with some cold pints at plus money. Yeah.
Right.
Can't beat that. No love. Let's cash. Let's go. Houdini Beast. Let's go. Saba said addicted to combat, aka Gregory Rodriguez with a beard. Yeah.
There you go.
They got
that's a great comp. That's my favorite bet on this card, so I appreciate that.
Gregory straight up. I seen because you bet the money line on him, right? It went down to like 286 for a minute.
Yeah, it dipped down to minus 286, and I took the inside the distance, which
interesting
we'll get to as well. So
I like that.
Yeah, that fight. I
love RoboCop.
I don't see how that doesn't. If you watch both of them guys, I don't see how it doesn't go inside the distance.
Right.
Neil Magny under 0.5 takedowns at minus 120 is a good bet. That sounds really good. I don't think he takes Burns down, man.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No. Yeah, because Chimaev had trouble. As a matter of fact, he had so much trouble after the first 2 times he tried. He was like, I'm just going to strike with him from here on out. So I like that bet. Minus 120 ain't bad at all. Which one of these fights is going to be the parlay buster? I don't know because they're all parlay. All the fights are like minus 500. What do you guys think on that?
That's a good question.
The most volatile one is the lowest level one, the women's featherweight between Josie and Nunez and Dos Santos.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I think Zara has many good qualities and she's been off for a long time, but it's going to turn your head with a low-level fight like that with the big, wide money line, and you could see the discrepancy in height at the face-offs was insane. That's crazy.
Yeah. And if this stays standing the whole time, Farron's got a chance. Her striking is not bad at all. But the other, no Nunez throws.
Nunez is gonna fuck her up.
Yeah, I think Dos Santos' striking is terrible. If she gets pressured
straight to the point, love it.
Yeah, if she gets pressured the least bit, Dos Santos, her striking has looked bad. But 3 years off, that's a huge variable, man. I don't know.
Definitely. We got my boy Derek Izzy here. 30 units on the line tonight. We unemployed and balling like Floyd. Yeah, man, let's get it. And he's got a really good algorithm and stuff he uses too. So he's gonna hit it. I know he's got some a parlay with 3 fights ending inside of distance. I think it's gonna hit for sure. Jumbo Loco. Hey guys, we're making some money tonight for sure. Ben Davis in the house.
Davis in the house. What's up, Ben?
Got a famous. He's famous in the house. Facts. Discord notification are so annoying. What it just pings on every note.
You can silence it.
Okay, I was gonna say every time somebody like messages, comments back and forth, it pings.
I had this problem as well when I first started. you can turn it off.
You good? Yeah.
Sicky.
Sicky, what is up? Everybody knows Sicky, man. Go check out his channel. He was on the show last week and killed it, man. Had a great live show. Excellent stuff. I believe he's on there TikTok, and him and Patrick got some dances together.
Dude, Sicky's got his TikTok is popping off. He's got 10,000 followers or something crazy.
I think he had 100,000 views on one of his videos. So everybody go check out Sicky, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram.
He's a really good video editor as well as making content and breakdowns. Like he makes very good like highlight reels and build ups to
yes.
Dude, that pie video he made. Did you see
his edit with you? That was the bet with you, yes.
Yeah, that his edit though was awesome. Like it looked like he slammed that pie into his face.
Yeah. Sicky's the man, and he's young, dude, and he's working really hard, so he deserves everything that he gets, man. And he's gonna be big in this game. I remember like a couple months ago he put up like how to become like a MMA journalist, like people give him tips. So he's trying and working hard, and that's all you can do, and you're gonna be something if you keep working hard. That's all there is to it. Ryan Jordan, what's up, man? He says stoked for this card. We are too, man. It's gonna be nice. Yeah, the Octagon is gonna be crazy.
I like that.
The trend continues. Pay-per-views are for the faves, and the fight nights are for the dogs, right?
I agree.
Especially when they go to like London or Brazil, something like this, and put all the Brazilians against people they should beat, most of them anyways. Let's see, Broke Bets. What is up, man? Everybody go check out Broke Bets channel, dude. Them guys do excellent breakdowns, football, MMA. Got a nice Instagram page and everything too. And he said, "Give me your Lucky Charms, Patty the Addy." Yeah, yeah.
Never.
My boy James and his wife Amy, who are always hanging out and watching, they said, "Hey Cody, and guys, we'll all win big tonight. You better believe it. This is the night. This is the night. Appreciate you coming out. Dylan, can't wait for tonight, man. Got me a fat doobie locked and loaded. Let's go." I'm with you on that one. Actually.
Hopefully a couple mama jokes too.
Me and Dylan worked that out. We're cool now, man. We're cool. We're cool. Dylan, that doobie sounds good, bro. Enjoy. Definitely. Glover over 1.5 takedowns minus 140. I like that.
I like that.
Sounds good, right? I mean, Santos hit 6 on him, and Glover took Santos down like 4 times.
More than likely it'll hit, yeah.
MMA Jesus 316, Dev the dude. What is up? Appreciate you coming out as always. Everybody go give Dev a like on Instagram, Twitter, and check out his YouTube, putting out good shows with Sal the Red every week. Effie too. Effie from Any Action MMA, another awesome dude, another awesome capper, puts out all kinds of great content, always hanging out, man. Appreciate that. We're gonna have him on a show coming up too, so go check out his stuff, like and subscribe to all of it. BC Dave, you guys know who BC Dave is, his Tapology group at all?
No.
He's an awesome dude. He does a show with Range the Capper, but he's got a Tapology page that has like a ton of cappers in it and a ton of other just sharp dudes that are always in the chat. It's 926, right? Group number 926. You guys should all check it out and join it. It's nice, man.
That's one thing. I'm just not on Tapology.
No,
I need to get on there.
It's super easy to do too.
Yeah, just put in your picks and but yeah, man, I'm only in one group. The only thing I ever check is his group, but it's fun because there's like 50 people or something maybe in there now.
There's
they're
like
all
almost
real
60
smart.
now.
Yeah, and it's a good time. But and Dave's a super good dude too. So Saba, don't. Bro, you know what? I don't think I did put in any Tapology picks. He reminded me last week too. I went 9-2 last week on my picks and lost 6 units. Lost 6 units. Asher, what's up, man? Hashtag never quit. Yeah, that must be one of Kyle's boys. Appreciate you coming out and showing some support, man. Commenting, helping the algorithm, man. Hashtag never hedge for sure. Never hedge is a badass thing. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Sicky, the gas from Patrick. Yo, the gas, bro. Jeez. Yeah, he does, man. Sicky does good. And he's a good kid, man. I know him and Lou Betcha was about to go at it. We might have to set that up in a couple of years, but that'd be a good one. BC Dave, join Tapology Group. Yep, 926. See where you rank among the assassins. Got Moreno and Glover tonight. I like that. I like that, Jim.
The exact opposite.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Patty, who you on? Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. All right. Let's get into these fights, boys. We got 15 fights, so we have to go a little quick.
Yeah,
I think we got till 5:30. Fights start at 5:30, right?
Yeah, 4:30, 5:30. Yep.
Eastern, yep. Okay, first fight is that I have is Thiago Moises versus Costa. And Ben, I'm gonna let you start this one.
Yeah, here's the thing about Thiago Moises is I just have never been really blown away, I would say, by him. He's really good at submissions. You know what I mean? The grappling, I think, is very solid. But, a couple losses to really high-level guys where I'm like, okay, I don't know where to gauge him. I don't know where to put him. So I'm going to go with him, but I'd say like 60-40 confidence-wise. To be frank, I don't really fucking know much about these two. So my opinion is, at least on this fight, pretty lackluster.
Okay. I can't blame you, man. It's a short notice fight and all that. Kyle, what you got, brother?
I got Moises. I'm kind of like Ben. Traditionally, I don't bet Thiago Moises fights, but I think his grappling will be too much in this one, and he'll pull it out. I'm not sure if he gets the finish, though.
Okay, I like that. So Moises by decision, most likely. Patty, what do you got?
I love Moises in this spot. He's one of my more confident fighters on the entire card, to be honest. I think Melquizael Costa is elite fighter, from the regionals. He's ready for the UFC. He's certainly not a guy coming in on short notice that doesn't have the skills to compete. Like, he's past that contender series level of guy. He's a very complete fighter. But his ground game so far has looked good on the regionals, but not really tested by like a high caliber opponent like Moises, who's only 27 years old. You got to remember, Moises has been in the UFC quite a bit, but still only 27. So I think we still have yet to see more improvements from him. So I think he gets this done inside the distance, probably by that submission that he manhandled Giagos with.
Okay. I like that. Johnny, what you got?
Yeah. I'm going to agree with everybody so far. I'm going to go with Moises. I'm pretty confident that he gets this one. Short notice for Costa is never a good thing, but he's not a bum. I just don't think he's at that level where Moises is at. And I know Moises has fought some really good guys in his losses. Like, he fought Islam and Joel Alvarez and Demir Dariush. It's like the people that he's losing to are really, really good guys. I just don't think he's at that level, but he'll beat unranked guys pretty handily. And I do think he'll win by domination, whether it's going to be inside the distance or a 30-27 decision.
Yeah, I like that. I'm picking Thiago Moises too, and I'm just like you guys, man. I'm not that high on him. I thought he lost to Bobby Green. I picked Hernandez over him. Like, I constantly fade him. I picked Joel Alvarez, though, at least.
I did too, yeah.
Yep. But
I did too.
Nice. Yeah, big plus money too. But yeah, man, just like Patrick said, this Melk kid's good. He's going to be good. He's going to stay in the UFC, and he can pick up some wins for sure, especially on a full camp over some people. But this is just not a good matchup. Moises is basically better everywhere except maybe like the Muay Thai area, but he's got such good counter striking. And on short notice, I expect him to out wrestle him. I don't know if he finishes him because Melk seems to have pretty good jiu-jitsu, pretty good sweeps, so maybe he survives. But give me Thiago Moises by decision. But like you guys, man, no bets and no confidence on this fight.
You guys see the Costa fight where he almost got choked to death?
Yeah.
he got caught. I posted it. He got caught in an anaconda choke in like 2018, and the ref just didn't stop the fight.
Well, that's the one where that's his one submission loss.
Yeah. And
when
he literally almost died.
It was synced in for like about the ref standing there watching him, like not even moving at all for about like 2 minutes. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
It's a snuff film.
Shit. Shit. Yeah, I didn't actually see that one. I didn't see that. I watched.
Doesn't he start like kind of like convulsing at a certain point too, just because his brain's like, "Hey, yo, I don't have any oxygen here. I'm literally about to die."
Do we know what? Do we know?
Crazy.
And then one before we go, like, do we know what happened with him? Did he have like a burn, or is he like that like giant?
I think he's got
a skin disease.
Do you remember Scott Jorgensen, Cody, from back in the day?
Yeah. He had all the tattoos.
That. He's got like vertigo, so something just goes away.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't know if Jorgensen had gotten burnt too. Because he did have his tattoos looked really, really cool though. On that, like whatever, like
are you sure that wasn't just his affliction?
No.
Could you
No,
imagine?
I'm serious.
Like, nice
Yeah, he
cat,
does have a skin.
Like it's a skin condition.
Yeah.
Like he's losing. You ever see those black people, Cody? I don't know if you have them down there where you live, but they start losing their pigment. They become white like Michael Jackson eventually.
I don't know if I've seen that. I don't know if I've seen that, but I just know like
I got Johnny with that one.
Johnny fell off the chair. No,
It's Cody's voice.
Yeah.
There's somebody in the live chat once that said that Cody has a slave accent. I thought it was hilarious.
Listen. I live in Kentucky right now, but I'm from the north. I'm from up by Cleveland, Cleveland, Ohio.
God.
I'm a northerner.
Fight Day banter. This is why I'm here, boys.
Yeah. But dude, Jorgensen though, he had really bright tattoos, and they did like the color showed up bright.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he was a tough dude. Colostrum said, "Dude in the top right corner should join the UFC. He would be champ." Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Patty.
Ship has sailed.
Is that me?
Yeah. Top middle.
Okay. Never mind.
The flyweight, bantamweight champ. Let's go, Murphy and Lizez. They're barking. I think.
No, they're not. Murphy is not barking at all. Murphy is quiet as a mouse.
She's squeaking.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think she has a chance, but dude, Andrade, I've seen Johnny post the thing with her flex. Man, she looked good. I'm on Lizez though, big too. Ice Viking, great dude. What's up? He said, nice lineup here today, gents. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming out. He's in that the Tapology group too. Pink Floyd literally done nothing today but wait for the fights to start. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I work day shifts instead of night shift, I used to sleep all the way up till we either did this or the fights came on, and now it's like waiting all day, dude. It sucks. Jim's got Thiago here, Costa short notice, and nowhere near the class of Moises. Dave said, "Yep." Euphoria. I literally have all Brazilians winning until the co-main event in Maine. I like that. Yep. Saba Moises decision. BC Dave Moises within distance minus 110. Okay, he's liking a finish. Asher says Thiago Moises points handicap a spot for sure. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think this milk kid's pretty tough unless he gets anaconda choked apparently and dies.
He's still tough. He didn't die.
He's been to the other side.
He's
man. Exactly.
Very durable.
He must have had Herb Dean in there. He's like, hit him one more time, make sure he's dead. All right. Let's see. Ice Viking. The ref thought he was okay because his legs were twitched, so he thought he was still trying to get out. Man. Zach, what's up? Good luck. Just my 2 cents. Hey, who is this pretty boy? Which one? We're all pretty damn good looking. We're all pretty damn good looking.
Kyle down there.
He's got a lovable face. Ice Viking Stipe's illegitimate son from Cleveland. That's what I'm saying. I'm from like 30 minutes from where Cleveland is, from where Stipe's from. And my dad, Papa, was a Rolling Stone. So you never know, man.
The only weird thing about that is I think you're older than him, Cody.
A little bit. A couple of years. I don't
know how that works.
But we're right around the same age. I'm 40. He's right around 40. He might be 40.
He's still in his 30s, right?
I don't know. But okay, next fight, boys. Daniel Marcos. This is going to be a good one, man. This is a hotly debated fight all on Twitter and everywhere. A lot of people liking the underdog. We got Daniel Marcos for Saimon Oliveira. Kyle, we'll start with you this time.
So, yeah, when I was looking at this one, I initially thought I was going to be taking the dog, but watching tape, I don't see what everyone is seeing in Daniel Marcos. I think Saimon Oliveira is the better fighter. I'm not scared of Daniel Marcos on the feet. I think Simon's the much better grappler, and I think he wins this fight.
I like that. That's why I picked him. Patrick, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm not far off from what Kyle just said. I mean, I think it is a very close fight. I think both of these guys have a lot to prove, and it's going to be a battle of Marcos, who I think is the better striker in most realms, and I think Oliveira's got the ground game. So if Oliveira can, get the fight to the ground early in the round and just secure that to maybe get the submission or just win the control time, he wins. But if Marcos is successful most of the rounds of keeping it on the feet, I think he wins the fight. So I'm picking the underdog in this one, but it wasn't strong enough for me to bet on this fight.
I like that. Patrick, what do you got? I'm not Patrick, damn it. Johnny, I'm looking right at you saying, Patrick, who do you got? You guys look alike a little bit, the beard.
It's okay, Ben. I'm gonna go with Marcos here. This was a close one. I went a little back and forth here, but usually in close fights like this, I usually tend to favor the striker just because how the judges seem to favor fighters at the end if it goes to decision. So yeah, Marcos is going to be better on the feet. I think on the ground, yeah, it's going to be Oliveira all day. But I just don't like Oliveira's wrestling. He just doesn't really have good takedowns. I feel like he has to pull guard more times than not to get this fight to the mat. So yeah, give me Marcos. I'm not super confident. I don't have a bet on this fight, but that's what I got.
Okay. Ben, what do you got?
Same thought to echo, right? It's dodgy. I'm really not going to put money on it, but Oliveira losing by decision 4 times. While he is the hometown hero, I do think he just doesn't have the tools to really implement the avenues to success. So we'll go with Marcos. Maybe he'll get another KO, bring that total up to 8 professionally. But either way, I think Daniel's going to stay undefeated.
Nice. I like it. Yeah, breaking it down, dude. Marcos is really good. Got really good striking. He's got really good takedown defense. It looked like on the contender series, I think he stopped 6 or 8 takedowns, or maybe the guy shot
majority
11,
of them for
11
sure,
or something like that. Slowed down a little bit, but he hadn't fought in a couple years. But I haven't. The only reason I'm going to pick Saimon is because we haven't seen Marcos's ground game at all, and I know Simon's got good enough stand up to at least stand up with him. I don't think he could win a 3-round striking match, but I think he can stand up without getting hurt, and I think he has the better grappling. So I'm going to go with Saimon by a decision, but no confidence and no bet on this fight either. What do we got? Okay, Dev said Marcos all day. Marcos via TKO. Okay. Saba, Marcos by decision. Siki, I'm on Marcos 1.5 under or 1.5 units. Okay, Siki plus 137. Not the greatest. That's a good line though. Fine. And 138 MMA said, I feel good about Marcos. Oliveira will likely struggle to get the fight to the ground and get beat up on the feet. Saba, Tyson Fury cut out Ngannou. Yeah. Yeah, dang, a lot of people on Marcos. I like that breakdown Ben had. That could definitely happen.
Marcos kind of has a George Soteropoulos body.
Yeah, the old dude from Australia.
They look similar. I mean, their bodies do, not their face.
Right. Just their build, like the show, like all upper body.
They have like a weird build. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, man. Well, we'll keep it moving along. Get past some of these boringer fights. We got Luan, Lacerda versus Cody, Stamann, and Patrick. I'm gonna let you start this one off.
This is another wide money line, as a lot of these fights are. Lacerda, they must be looking highly on this guy because he's getting a pretty high caliber guy in Cody Stamann, who's blocking a lot of the guys from being ranked at the weight class. And Lacerda is one of these specialists, right? He's really good at getting the fight to the ground and grabbing the single leg, getting the submission. He smoothly transitions from submission attempt to submission attempt. So I like that. I think the play here is, you're going to be looking at props on Lacerda. His money line, in my opinion, is that submission prop around like plus 400 to plus 500, where you could get that at. So that, I think, is his win condition almost solely. If it goes to decision, I think it's going to be Stamann employing the wrestle boxing type of game plan, holding control time, staying safe, or just dominating the striking. So the pick is Stamann. In most worlds is the high-level guy, but if you're betting this fight, I think the odds are in your favor betting Lacerda by submission.
I like that. Yeah. Johnny, what do you got?
I'm going to go with Stamann here, but I don't really love the money line too much. I think it'll be a little bit closer than that. Like Patrick said, Lacerda does have really good grappling and submissions, which that kind of worries me if Cody tries to get this fight to the mat. But I think his better option would keep it standing. I think he's the better striker. And if he can do that, I think he can outstrike him for 3 rounds and stuff takedowns and maybe work, this like to steal or seal a round is to get that takedown at the end, and then just so he's not in like compromisable positions to get the submission. So give me Stamann by decision. Like I said, I'm not super confident. I'll have a bet on this one, but I just think he's the better fighter.
I like it. Kyle, what do you get?
I'm going Luan here. I'm going to take a dog shot.
Okay.
Not that Stamann is the better fighter, probably, but Luan's been around forever. He's a longtime training partner from Jose Aldo. And his wrestling looked a lot better than I thought it would. And he's got nasty submissions. And then, I don't know if you guys saw, but I posted on Twitter. It's an interview that Stamann had, and he's talking about you're not in training camp if you're not nursing injuries. And I asked the question, is Cody hurt?
Right.
I don't necessarily think he's hurt, but if he were to go out there and look like shit, and then we watch that interview back and we're like, oh, yeah, he's nursing injuries, you're going to be like, oh, the dude was fucking hurt.
Right.
not that I'm taking too much in account into that, but the amount of favorite that Cody is, that's enough to push me away.
True.
I only took a half unit shot on Luan by sub.
Like it.
That's it. That's it.
It's at like plus 600, wasn't it?
I think I got it at 500.
Okay.
Nice bet.
Good though.
Ben, how do you see this one going down, brother?
It's a really wide line at the end of the day, when you look at Cody Stamann money line, but I think that it's warranted, right? His 4 out of 5 losses come to just really high level competition. You talk about Aljamain Sterling, Merab Dvalishvili, Said Nurmagomedov, Jimmy Rivera, I think is still really talented. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's getting beat. So I think he's getting overlooked a little bit. And while the last performance against Wineland was impressive, again, Wineland isn't exactly a spring chicken either. So that was almost expected from Cody. And I think that given the high level of fighters he's been in there with, and again, Luan not really being tested under the bright lights here, it makes sense. It's a common sense pick on Cody Stamann. If there is an external, factor here with an injury or something that's preventing him from being at his best ability, that's all fair game. But I'm going to stuff him in a parlay and just go to bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I agree with that. I'm going to go with Cody Stamann here too, even though Luan did look a lot bigger than him at weigh-ins. Like face-offs, I know he's got a freaking
9-inch reach advantage or something.
Yeah, 9. I don't even know how that's possible. How he's 1 inch taller with 9-inch longer arms, like
crazy,
weird. But he did look bigger than him. He looked even a more than an inch or two taller than him.
No doubt.
The face-off. So what I seen on tape, man, with Lacerda is that he could get backed up. I didn't like his striking at all. I felt like he didn't look good. He was getting backed up in a lot of his fights. I felt like his wrestling really wasn't that good either. He had to like kind of get some reversals. And most of the fights I watched, it looked like he was losing until he won. You know what I mean? So he submitted the guys. I really wasn't that impressed with him. I'm with Patrick. I think Cody's going to use that wrestle boxing to keep the fight standing the whole time and then just box him up, like he did with like Kelleher and a couple people like that. So give me Cody Stamann. Give me him by decision. The line is high, but he's not really a finisher. He looked like a finisher if you watch his last fight against Wineland, but he's really not a finisher like that. But I think it's going to be a decent fight. And like some people are saying too, with the line being so high, and I got to assume this fight's going to go to decision. That's what I think if Cody wins, man. It's kind of hard to put minus 500 on somebody and hope they win all 3 rounds cleanly and don't get caught. So if it's minus 500, it should be somebody, you know what I mean, that should just win every facet of every area. They better jiu-jitsu, better everything, So, but it's tough. But I do like Cody Stamann. So let's see. We got Punch List, Dale from Punch List. Everybody go check out his page on Twitter, YouTube. He was on a fight companion with us. He's a funny guy, man. He's got some good stuff, super smart. So check his stuff out. And he said Patrick does it. He looks like Mike Beltran. You should do that with your beard and then
get the beard going. I like
it. Keep it going, dude. His is it's like the world's longest handlebar mustache. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love Beltran too, man. He's good ref. Dev said that's his lock. XBL on Twitch. Hell of a group. Let's go. Yeah.
What's up, Brian? Brian does all the stats where he tracks all the handicappers on YouTube. If you ever see him on Twitter, so go follow his Twitter.
Yeah.
And he tracks everybody's picks.
Where does he track you guys from? A website or something?
I think he just does it
on his own.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody check him out then. Everybody follow him. Does he have YouTube or just the Twitter?
Just the Twitter. XBL on Twitch on Twitter. His name is Brian with a Y. Very cool guy. Yep.
Sounds like he cuts out some of the work you got to do and just gives you the picks. So that's good, man. Salva got Stamann by decision. SK. Anyone feeling Paul Craig? Johnny Walker's fighter IQ just screams he would try to submit the Bear Jew, especially after he won by submission last time. I hope
he does that.
I
deserve to lose my money.
I could see it happening.
He better not.
I deserve to lose my money if he does.
Yeah, right.
I'm an idiot.
Richard, what's up, man? He said, "What's up, Cody? What's up, man? I appreciate you coming out and hanging out, spending some of your Saturday with us before the fights, man. Showing support. It's awesome." Asher said, "I'm really big on Walker this week, but losing to Paul Craig would be the most Johnny Walker thing ever."
I've been saying that all week long.
That's funny, dude. Saba, he
get me nervous. I'm already nervous.
Yeah. I need that Paul Walker. I need Paul Walker. I need Johnny Walker in that first round, dude.
We all need Paul Walker.
I need Paul, dude.
Paul Walker.
RIP. I love Paul Walker, dude. So RIP.
I need Johnny Walker to get the knockout as fast as Paul Walker was.
He lived his life a quarter mile at a time. So
yeah. Yep. Best of luck to everyone. MMA Propaholic. Thanks, man. Everybody check him out. He's got some YouTube videos up. He's got a great Twitter, dude. Great dude. Always in the chats with everybody supporting the community. Everybody check out Propaholic, man. Does good stuff. MMA, I will be live with Sal. Come hang. Send me the link in my thing. I'll come over for a couple fights. First cut, at least like 2. My mom came and took my daughter, so get some alone time with the old girlfriend. So I come on for 1 or 2.
Now you can punch the wall. If you ever lose a bet, you can just get real violent and angry with it now.
Oh, the fuck, Johnny Walker! I just go right through the one. I gotta fix it.
Why'd you go on the ground with him?
Like, why would you do that?
I can see it now.
He goes to the ground with him, but just hammer fists him out. I'm like, okay.
Hope so.
Yep. Bunny Hunter, man. What is up, Bunny Hunter? He said, what's up, motherfuckers? What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
XBL. Am I really getting a southern accent a little bit? I've been down here 10 years.
You got in mind, you got a little one.
Cause dude, I talk with these dudes at work and then I'll try to
yes.
I try to like make fun of them a little bit talking like that. Now I actually fucking talk like that.
People say the same thing about me though.
Yeah. Where and are you?
I'm in Virginia now, but I'm from Connecticut.
Connecticut. Okay. That's why you posted that pizza thing.
Oh,
and you said something about New Haven, right?
Yeah. So I made a mashed potato bacon pizza last night.
Looks so good.
It
did. And
it sounds good already.
I'm gonna take my girlfriend and daughter to New Haven. I want to do a trip there and go to all them pizza spots, dude.
If you go, hit me up. I got all the spots.
Got the all right.
Yeah.
Personal tour. That's dude. That sounds so dude. Their pizza looks unreal. Like it just. Oh yeah, I love it.
It's the best pizza.
Yeah, we're gonna take a trip there. I'll hit you up for sure, dude. I want to try some of that pizza you made, man. That looks so good. Yeah. XBL on Twitch. He said, "Thank you, Pat." And yeah, I track straight from all your guys' great handicap podcasts. Awesome,
yeah,
dude.
Which means he has to watch every single stupid thing that we put out.
I am sorry, Brian. I am sorry.
Oh man, that's tough work too with some people. Asher, gonna make a see you again compilation if Johnny Walker gets killed. If Paul Craig TKOs him, dude, that'd be crazy.
You're SOB for this one. I love it, man.
Okay,
this is why I love Dale right here.
Dale said, did y'all know Paul Walker had dandruff? I didn't either until they found head and shoulders in his Jesus. Ouch. Dang.
You know what, Dale? It's been long enough. I think we're good with that.
It's dark.
It's not too soon. It's not too soon
anymore. Hill, KO, falling back in slow motion. Yeah. But dude, a lot of them are big punchers though. I don't think Paul Craig's on that level.
No, that's the thing. He's just not a big puncher guy.
He did stick Volkan with a couple awkward shots out of nowhere. I'm like, damn, because I bet Paul Craig. I'm like, hurt him. It was terrible.
I did too. I was riding the train though.
Yeah.
I fade Paul Craig every fight. I stayed away this time though. He's burned me too many times. I can't do it.
So I got lucky a couple times. So I rode the train on the Volkan fight.
He's my Brendan Allen, dude. I can't pick that dude's fights right for nothing. He fights so different each time, but you sound like Doug Rose.
She's from my neck of the woods too. She's from Milwaukee.
I got a little bit of that. I've been around the block a little bit too much.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You sound like Doug Rose.
I think she's originally from Milwaukee because she used to train over here at Duke's.
Okay. Oh yeah. I don't know why people think Paul Craig would just be KO'd so easy. Last time he was knocked out was back in 2019. Dude pulling guard if he gets clipped. Yeah, but yeah. We'll get to that. We're about to that. Nothing better than a New York pizza.
Get out. Connecticut.
Connecticut's
underrated. Try it.
I was gonna say, I mean, I might be biased, but I like my Chicago style, so that's just me.
Dave Portnoy said Connecticut, right? Number one, right?
Yeah,
Portnoy?
he did. New Haven specifically, but I'll give you that. Chicago is just so different that it's almost not the same food. You know what I mean?
Like a different style.
Like New Haven is paper thin.
That's what I like.
Okay.
Chicago
like
style. You got
Costa.
over here. You got to eat it with a fork and a knife. It's a whole deal.
It's,
and you're in a
you can pick
coma.
it up, but
you're in a
it's
coma for like 3 days. It's like a 3-pound pizza.
Yeah,
you only literally can have one piece, and like you should be done. That's how thick.
That's not even
everything's
the same
done.
food. That's not the same.
I like that thin pizza, dude. I love
with
it.
the
I like
burn,
thin crust,
the
though.
little burn on there.
Gotta have the burn,
dude.
It
makes it.
And then New Haven, they do all the fire. I want to go to New York too. That stuff looks bomb.
New Haven, first ever hamburger too, by the way. Shout out. Louis'
lunch. Really?
Louis' lunch.
No crap. I'll have to check that out too when I go there. Punchless, he said, Dale said, I'll see myself out. Seeing Ben cringe was better than any bet I've made today. Cheers, guys. Matthew, will Kobe ever return? He's low-key retired. He'll be back.
Eventually, yeah.
All right, boys. Maz Audio with the merry-go-rounds. Oh, yeah.
Unicorns.
Is that what it is? Unicorn merry-go-round?
I don't know. No, it's a little carousel thing. My bad.
Carousel. Okay. All right. Dylan, Johnny likes it Chicago style and Cody's. Oh, this
oh shit.
God. See, if I was into getting strikes, I would tell you how your mama likes it, Dylan. But I'm not
the dogs are barking tonight. The dogs are barking.
He's mad because I came out the bedroom the other night with the WWE belt on, fucking Ric Flair hollering. He's still a little upset about that. That's all right, son. Rockland cooking show, yeah, a little bit. All right, let's move on to the next fights, boys. Warlley Alves versus Nicolas Dalby. Johnny, let you start this one.
Man, you're gonna let me start this one. I had like the worst breakdown of this in
Yep. Here we go.
Here we go. I'm gonna pick Alves here. I think he's just the more dangerous fighter. Dalby's always durable and he's solid everywhere, but he's not amazing. But I just think Alves has the better submissions, and I think he can get him out on the feet too. So give me Alves here. I'm not confident one bit in this fight, though. I know a lot of people got him at an underdog pick or a bet. So give me Alves by decision. I think Dalby survives.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I actually think that Dalby wins. I actually think Dalby survives Warlley's first round, his tough round, because he's going to come out, shoot a bunch of takedowns, try to get the stoppage, submission, kind of like he did. I don't think it's going to look like Randy Brown because he gassed a little against Randy Brown. Randy Brown hit him with the triangle, but it could look like the James Krause when he got finished by James Krause because he come out, go real hard, slow down. And then one thing about Dalby is he doesn't slow down. He's not really a crazy finisher, but if he gets a gassed out Warlley Alves, he could finish him. I'm going to say he gets him by decision, but no bets and not too much confidence. Ben, how you feeling?
Yeah, man, Nicolas Dalby's never been finished, right? His 4 losses are by way of the judges' scorecards. So, when you have a guy like Warlley Alves who does expense a lot of, cardio and stamina, the best bet, what I would imagine, is Dalby, turning the tides and probably getting the nod. But here's the thing about Warlley Alves that somewhat concerns me is, again, lethal finisher. And he's been alternating wins and losses since 2018. And, per him getting sent to the shadow run by Jeremiah Wells, he's due for a win here, boys.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it.
I like that. Kyle, what you got, bro?
I'm kind of with you guys. I'm not sold on this fight. I didn't bet it at all. I lean Warlley Alves. I think he'll have an advantage being in Brazil. And then Dalby, he's 38 years old. And then I looked at his Instagram a little bit, and he did some weird Dutch reality TV show where he was like boot camp. I don't know. He looked in great shape, but that makes me thinking at 38 that he's looking at the next step in his career.
Yeah.
I lean Warlley, but I'm staying away.
Okay. I like it. It feels safe. Just staying away. Patrick, what do you got?
Yeah, it's a very close fight, toss-up fight. We haven't seen Warlley Alves in a while. And he's a guy, I think he's going to be the more potent guy to get a finish inside the distance in this one. If Dalby wins, which is the side I'm on, I think he does win by decision. Slick karate stance movement. He has been finished one time. It's no contest. He got clubbed and subbed by Jesse Ronson, the great Canadian. But Ronson was on D-ball that night, so they popped him for the oral steroid, no contest. But if Warlley's got to depend on getting somebody out of there before he gasses out, Dalby's a tough guy to get out of there. So give me Dalby by decision, very low confidence underdog.
Okay, nice. Yeah, it's like Ben said, Dalby's never been finished. The one time by Ronson, but it didn't count. But durable guy, man. So it's going to definitely be a good fight. I think it's definitely going to be good. I couldn't even figure on an over under or nothing really on. I didn't have a good read on this fight too much.
Yeah, the one thing I do have on this fight for betting wise, I did the over 1.5. I think they can both survive until over that hits, and then after that, I think Alves either gasses or decision, whoever wins that.
Got you. Dev said Dalby via TKO. All right, boys, let's go to this next fight. And this one should be easy. We got Jailton Almeida versus Shamil. Let's see. Ben, we'll let you start this one.
Yeah, man. Shamil Abdurakhimov is basically a stepping stone that the UFC puts in front of people that they want to, elevate to the next level at 265. And while he's faced good competition, I mean, again, no knock on Shamil. Curtis Blades, Chris Daukaus, and Sergey Pavlovich are no easy tasks. They're really not. But I'm just not overly sold on maybe some of the wins that Shamil's had in the past, right? Not a lot of those guys are maybe still with the company, and it's like, ooh, you can't really put stock in it. And as high as I am on Jailton, he almost has the same problem in the sense where the level of opposition similarly isn't super high, but I feel like Jailton's been able to deal with them in more impressive fashion than Shamil has. And of course, so many people are really elevating Jailton in terms of his trajectory to championship status, future contender status. And I got to agree with it. Let's get Jailton inside the distance. I don't see this one getting out of a round and a half. I'd love to see a TKO by him, but whatever. Almeida inside the distance. That's got this written on the wall.
I like it. Kyle, what's up?
Yeah, I'm all over Jailton inside the distance. I'm one of those people that has been saying Jailton has championship aspirations. During his Dana White Contender Series fight, I broke down that fight on my Substack, and I said this guy's a future champ. I think he was a dog in that fight as well. And I hammered it. I put like 5 units on him as a dog on Dana White Contender Series.
He's a huge dog too. Plus like 200 and something.
Yeah.
I had the Russian. I was on the other side.
One huge on that. And I'm just riding the Jailton train ever since. So I'm not going to not take Jailton Almeida.
Perfect. Patrick, how you doing with it?
I mean, minus 1,100 favorite on Jailton Almeida or more on some books. 17 wins, 17 inside the distance, all under 1.5. And how has Shamil lost in his last 3 performances now? Under 3.5 rounds under 1.5 rounds getting finished every time. So I think this looks like the Curtis Blades fight, right? Where Jailton is going to do what he always does, throw the teep kick to the body, shoot the double leg, get it to the mat, and, either pound on your face till you give up your neck or, so it's going to be TKO or submission. It's just like, when is it going to happen? Does he get it done in round 1? I see a lot of people taking those props that are juiced up in round 2, because once it gets out of round 1, I saw like round 2 TKO, like plus 1,200, something like that for Jailton. Okay. I don't even know. Looking at the face-offs, Shamil is not that much bigger than Jailton Almeida, despite the weight difference. So I think it takes 1 round for Jailton to get this done.
Yeah, I see that too.
Johnny?
Yeah, no surprise going with Almeida. I think he's just going to basically shoot for the takedown, eventually get it, and then work either ground and pound knockout or submission. It's like, I don't want to say it's going to be like that easy, but I mean, it's literally I think it's going to be that easy once he gets him down to the ground. The only bets that I have on here, which I do have a decent amount, I got the over 0.5. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, maybe late first round, once he gets that takedown to get it either a submission or ground and pound. I also have Almeida by submission, and I want to say that's it. Because, yeah, Almeida's going to get it finished one way or another. I do like the under 1.5, too, if people have that. I just think it gets done in under 1.5 for sure.
I like it. Yeah, man, I'm on Almeida, too. I think that he's getting the TKO, though. To be honest, I think that Shamil, he's had enough. And when Almeida gets him down and starts hitting him with them punches that usually make people turn over, give up their back, and get choked out, I think he's just going to turtle up and let him hammer fist him out, kind of like he did Danilo Marquez. And I think that TKO pays more than the submission. So that's what I think he does. But yeah, man, he better watch out. Shamil does have hands. He can throw some nice punches and hooks and stuff, but I think Jailton's going to do what he does, come out, throw a teep kick up the middle at their face, make them put their hands up. He shoots in, gets a takedown. I don't think Shamil gets up one time. So
I think we all the initial bet on this fight was that Shamil would not make it to the scales or make it to the fight.
Right.
We're almost about to lose that bet if he does indeed make it onto the prelim card and show up in the cage.
Yeah,
he might have a Derek Lewis problem where he couldn't make it up.
Jailton is, I think, very exciting it's the age-old debate at heavyweight in MMA, right? It's like, do you want the giant muscle mass of a 265 at weigh-ins, 285 on fight like a Francis, a Brock Lesnar, or is it going to be like a Cain Velasquez, like Jailton Almeida? It's going to be 220. Is that the move? Or like JDS in his prime? You know, they were all lighter guys, so it's always fun to see that big heavyweight weight range and see who does well.
Right. I think to be the 225 pound or 230, you can't be Chris Dawkins or them dudes. No. You got to be that giant monster like Almeida.
Dude, and I don't know how Almeida is so light. How is he so light? He's only like 230 or something like that. 225.
Skinny 232, I think.
He's 6'4", and
he must have skinny legs, dude, because he's literally, Cody Safdie said it, like a Brazilian G.I. Joe, dude. So. But
he's putting on weight though. 232. Yeah. I said I wanted to see him between 230 and 240 for this fight in my breakdown, and he weighed 232. So
I want to see him. I want to see him pushing that limit at 265. He's got to up his dose. He's got to up his dose a little bit.
Eventually, yeah. I want him there, but I'm happy with
that little and crush them big dudes. You just got to be like a physical specimen for that. Like Mike Tyson, he was 215, 220, just
right. He was always outsized.
Yeah, deadened, but he was so powerful, and so you got to be like a special person, and then you can use that speed and power on them big dudes. They got no chance. Chance. Jailton was made in a lab. Yeah, he's like the Russian. What was the one Russian wrestler they said that about the Olympic? The big dude that was like Kershnov or something like that. He's like 6'7". Yeah, he won all. He only lost. He lost to Rulian Gardner. Like that was like his only loss. That dude. They said that dude was made like in a lab, legit.
He's genetic freak.
Yeah, Sabaset Almeida KO round 1. I like that. Jailton should wear a funny furry hat to the cage. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. Yeah, get the OV Jailton Almeida. Call him that. Get right to the top. All right, boys. Terrance McKinney versus Ismael Bonfim. This is going to be so good. I'm going to start this one off. This is going to be a crazy fight. Terrance McKinney, dude, explosive athlete, got great wrestling, really good striking. His wrestling's way better, and his jiu-jitsu is awesome. Got a good squeeze because he puts 150% of his power into his squeezes, so they got to work like they did against Faraz Siam. But super powerful, super explosive, not much gas. Hopefully, maybe he'll change that. Ismael Bonfim, dude, this guy's good, well-rounded, great everywhere. To be honest, he's been fighting forever. He's like 27. He's fighting since he's 15. He's got 3 losses. One's to Adriano Moraes, one's to Renato Moicano like 8 years ago. And other than that, he's just been winning. I'm going to take Terrance McKinney just because I think this kid's like special. I think they're both special, but Terrance McKinney's got that special thing that could get him up to a title shot in a couple fights. So I'm gonna say that he gets this first round sub because his hands aren't as crazy. Like he caught Fervola with that because it was kind of like Chaos Williams. Before you knew what these dudes could really do, they're coming in and knocking people's heads off like Morono and them and Al Hassan because they really don't know that you can't just exchange with them guys. So one like what was it? Gonzalez started piecing up. He didn't really start piecing up, but he cracked McKinney a couple times and he started wrestling. I don't think he's really going to outstrike Bonfim, but I do think that he can catch him. Maybe a club and sub, or he just gets a takedown in the sub. But I have no confidence and no bets on any of this fight. But give me McKinney by first round submission. Johnny, we'll go to you.
I got McKinney here. This is going to be a very good fight, though. I'm just a McKinney. I'm a McKinney fan. That's why I'm picking him. I'll be honest, because this is very close. He's very explosive. I like his wrestling a lot. He hasn't really used it too much, but if he does here, I think he'll have an advantage in the wrestling department. On the feet, I do like I said, I like his explosiveness and power. But Bonfim is good everywhere too. Like he's very good prospect, making his UFC debut. It's in Brazil, so he might have a little nerves here. And he's a killer. He's gonna come for you. You better be ready. So I don't think this fight's gonna get out of the first. I think the under 1.5 is a good bet for a parlay piece. If you like McKinney, maybe round 1 or a knockout, something like that. So yeah, give me McKinney by knockout in the first. Let's say.
Okay, I like it. Patty the Baddie, what do you got?
It's my first money line bet on the card. I got Terrance McKinney, just paying his money line at -115 to win 1 unit on this one. So I just think McKinney's the better guy. Now, the red flag, and I hate backing guys who are fighting on a timer, and so far we've not seen McKinney hit the scorecards. I hate that, and that's a reason why I don't like this bet. But I just think he's the better guy and a little bit more versatile. We saw in the last fight, he's able to get in the firefights early against Gonzalez, switch gears when he got hit, and go to the wrestling, get the submission. So both of the Bonfim brothers, very well-rounded guys, but all of Bonfim's losses, Ismael, have been by submission. Terrance McKinney, that's really his MO. So I think he gets an early submission here. Grabs the back, grabs the neck. Done deal.
Okay, that's 3 for McKinney. Kyle, what do you got?
So I kind of made a stance here and went heavy on McKinney.
Okay.
I did it early in the week when I was taping Bonfim. I'm not quite as impressed as everyone else seems to be, especially in this matchup against McKinney. Not necessarily going forward. I think Bonfim is a great UFC fighter. He'll do fine. But in this matchup, especially watching the Dana White Contender Series fight, Bonfim got backed up against the cage multiple times against Abasov. Abasov just throws an overhand right, and Bonfim's able to circle away. Terrance McKinney is not that guy. He's going to push you right up, and he'll throw a straight right down the pipe.
Yes.
And end your night. I also noticed Bonfim let Abasov get on his legs a few times. I don't even think they counted it as a takedown. He was almost taken down by Abasov. Against McKinney, that'll be different. The chances are there for McKinney to get on the legs. I think McKinney's special, like you guys were saying. And McKinney inside the distance is one of my favorite bets on this card.
I like that. Ben the Bane. What do you got, bro?
Man, it's really curious that if you look at the odds, I mean, this is the coin flip type proverbial fight, but I just don't think it's going to be that close. McKinney is better, in my opinion, in so many different avenues. And to echo what Patty was alluding to earlier, Bonfim's 3 losses are all by submission. And guess what? They're all in the first round as well, whereas McKinney's speciality. So I feel T-Rex, who has not gone outside of the first round in his last 8 fights, he's had 4 fights within the UFC, so I feel like he's more seasoned at this level. It's just going to be a blowout performance. I think McKinney by sub in round number 1 works, but I'd like to see a big KO.
I like it, man. That's
I got a question for Ben. Do you? I know you're always you're a real funny personality on Twitter. I see you cracking jokes and all the comments.
It really is.
But so is McKinney. Have you ever interacted with him on Twitter at all? He's because I feel like
we
McKinney's
chat all
on
the time, man. Terrance is a homie. You know, he's a good dude.
Yeah. What do you think about that, like fight week? Because I saw some people like he was cracking jokes on some sort of Twitter feed, and somebody's like, "Dude, why don't you fucking focus on the fight you got coming up?" He's like, "I'm sitting by the pool cutting weight. What else do you want me to do?"
Yeah, it's like you know, he can take a couple minutes out of his day to talk to some trolls and things like that. He's a funny dude.
Yeah, man. I'm shocked we have a Capra consensus on Terrance on this fight. That shocks me, man, because it's almost like back to a pick'em, right? Pick'em prices or something.
Yeah, it's like minus 115.
Okay. All right, we got Saba. He's got McKinney by KO, TKO in the round 1. Youthforia. He's got Bonfim upset, man. Okay. Moises Audio said Jailton 265. Can he afford 2 toilets at the moment? Pink Freud said, I was really expecting my Jailton, Josiane, and Jessica parlay to be a single money line on Andrade. Excuse me. Yep.
Basically, yeah. Hopefully.
Yep. All right, boys. Next.
Triple J.
Yep. Triple J. The deal in the Brazilian too, man. Yeah. Okay. Next fight, boys. We got Paul Craig and Johnny Walker. Patrick, we'll let you start this one.
Yeah, this is the one I remember earlier somebody was in the comments talking about Walker and his fight IQ, and that's a big problem. But I do have a money line bet. I paid that minus 185 to win 1 unit in return on Johnny Walker. He should win. It's just that fight IQ. Like he's a really extroverted guy. I think the crowd is going to play either into his favor or he's going to find himself chasing that TKO and falling into the guard of Paul Craig. So if there is one guy, one lanky motherfucker I thought would get caught up and like his arm twisted around and ripped off of the socket by Paul Craig, I think it could be Johnny Walker, but he should get the knockout here. His stand-up is night and day. He's way faster, way more explosive. He's got the size advantage here, even over a already massive Paul Craig at light heavyweight, but it's going to be dicey, man. I don't think this sees the scorecards. I mean, most of these guys' fights, I think like 5 out of 48 of their combined fights have not seen the scorecards, so probably going to end under 1.5. I like that spot as well here.
I like it. I like that. Kyle, what do you got?
This is the ultimate stay away fight for me.
Smart man.
I got all my money on this fight. He's like,
I consistently bet against both of these guys, especially Paul Craig. Watching tape on Paul Craig, I mean, you just don't think he'll win any fight, and then he somehow does. And that scares me enough to stay away. If I had to pick, I'd say Johnny Walker by KO. But I'm not betting it.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. Other than the stay away part, I put a whole bunch on this.
You're like, uh-oh.
I fade back. This ain't where I park my car. Ben, what do you got, brother?
Man, yeah, it's a lot of time about staying away from the fire. I'm jumping in the trenches on this one. Paul Craig,
I like it. Let's go.
Come on, him by sub. I just love it. Like we talk about, he's been in these situations time and time before. Look at the Nikita Krylov fight, man. Krylov was unloading the kitchen sink, and Craig maintained the composure and found that submission. Now, Johnny Walker, 2 wins in his last 6 fights. Going to SBG Ireland seemed to have really undermined a lot of his tools. The patient approach is not what got Johnny Walker to the dance, but he's altering the style, and it's not really panning out. A submission over Iwan Kudalaba, that's cool and all, but Kudalaba isn't exactly a guy who's going to be contesting for the belt anytime soon. And his win over Ryan Spann, in my opinion, is really questionable because Spann had him dead to rights, and Ryan Spann's own stupid fight IQ lost him that way. So you could make an argument that Johnny Walker is 1 win in his last 6 fights, and I think it's going to be 1 in his last 8 fights after this. Paul Craig inside the distance, baby. I think that's around plus 200. Obviously, I'm on my phone, so sadly I can't pull up my DraftKings, but I have been hammering the Bear Jew all week. Scotland's going to get it done.
Okay, Johnny.
I like it.
What do you got?
How do I,
that was a
how
good
do I
breakdown.
follow that up?
Yeah, right.
I'm going to go with Walker here. And like Patty said, the only thing that worries me here is the fight IQ. And other than that, he should win this fight, I think, by knockout. Just don't go down on the floor with him. Don't follow him. He's gonna want you to. He's gonna even wave you down. Like, just don't fall for the trap. Don't do it. You're gonna win this fight. I don't care if it's a boring decision. Just stay on your feet, just like what Volkan did. He didn't do anything. He's like, no, get up. I'm just gonna keep kicking your leg. We're good. I'm cool with this. Like, do that all fight. It might be boring. The under 1.5 might not hit because of that reason, which scared me away. Otherwise, I would have played that. But I like Walker here as a money line. I have him in a parlay with somebody else. And like I said, that's the only thing that I see him doing to lose this fight is just going down on the floor with him. And just don't do it, Johnny. Don't do it.
I've watched both these guys fight a whole bunch. And I'm really high on Johnny Walker here because Paul Craig, he gets knocked out by these kind of guys. Like, he gets hurt and beat up by these kind of guys. Now Krylov was ridiculous just going to the ground with him. If he would have just kept it standing, he would have definitely put him out. And he almost put him out on the ground a couple of times. But he just got careless. But like, if you really go check into it, like, Paul Craig hasn't fought anybody that's striking hard with Jamal Hill, but that fight went so quick. You know what I mean? But if you go look at the Antigulov, Shogun 2 different times, like the dudes he's fighting, what was the one dude's name? The Brazilian dude that was terrible. Vicinius something, Moreta or whatever. Like, the guys he's kind of beat, the old Shogun twice, just guys that aren't hitting him very hard and aren't all that impressive. Even though didn't Shogun almost finish him in that first round, the first fight, and then that's why it became a draw because Shogun like gassed out, and then Craig beat him the last 2 rounds. But
latched onto him.
I just think that Paul Craig's going to come out here. He's going to shoot 2 or 3 shots, try to grapple, because he's not a good wrestler. He's going to try to take Johnny Walker down. Johnny Walker's too big and explosive, man. I think he's going to shrug off them shots. I think he's going to keep it standing. And then I think Paul Craig, you've seen after, I mean, he tried his heart out. I bet him against Volkan. He tried his heart out, but he was gassed, dude, like bad after like 2.5 minutes of trying to wrestle him to the ground. And Volkan is washed. I mean, you've seen in his last fight against Nikita, he's washed, dude. He gasses too. I just think that Johnny Walker is going to stop them takedowns. And as soon as Paul Craig starts getting slow, slowing down, looking sloppy, Johnny Walker is going to hit him with something huge. I really think that he's going to hit him with an elbow and put him out. And it's either going to be the elbow like he did to Khalil Roundtree in the clinch, where he just hit him with the big elbow and put him out, where if Paul Craig slows down a little bit, goes in for a lazy clinch, gets elbowed out. Or it could be like he did to Ryan Spann, where Ryan Spann shot in a sloppy takedown, head down, and he just hit him with like 3 elbows. And if Paul Craig shoots in that sloppy takedown, I expect Paul Craig to be doing that 2.5 minutes in. He's not going to want to stand with Johnny Walker for any point of time in this fight. He knows what's going to happen. So I bet Johnny Walker, and then I bet the under 1.5 also, because like I said, I think the first big shot that Walker lands on him, dude, he's going to put him out. Walker's actually really good, and he's a very physically explosive guy. He's just been fighting killers. I mean, if we're going to be honest, he's not losing to like Antigulov and Shogun. He's losing to like Jamal Hill and Thiago Santos and people that would. Well, I guess Jamal Hill would beat Paul Craig. But you know what I mean? I don't know. But there's like you guys said though, there's always that possibility. Johnny Walker, for some reason, even drops Paul Craig and gets down in the guard and tries to finish him and gets hit with something. But I don't think so. I think Johnny Walker's that A+ athlete that gets Paul Craig out of here, because Paul Craig's usually a big dude on his guys where he can kind of hang on them and drag them down, and he's not going to be a big dude on Walker. I see Bane don't like this. What you thinking?
Man,
on
it's
that?
an A+ athlete, F- student. The guy's got no between the ears, Cody.
Okay.
Walker's gonna make a serious educational error, and
dude, I hope the crowd is does the job of like a tutor in this spot if he's the F- student. Like, you know, when there's like a really good striker that needs a knockout, and the other guy the guy who the crowd is against needs to get to the ground. It's like, you know, the loud applause, standing ovation when they're standing, and then boos as soon as they engage the ground.
We got cards in the audience. Don't do it.
Yeah, so hopefully Johnny Walker is like, you know, oh, what should I do, guys? You know?
Yeah, he's never been accused of being the smartest dude, that's for sure. But he is a wild man, and they're both psychos, and that's why I love this fight. I love that these dudes are psychopaths, man. I love that shit. So that's why you got to bet the under on this kind of fight when both dudes will go for the finish. Like, because I don't think Paul Craig's going to come out, or Johnny Walker, like he did against Thiago Santos. Just so, you know, so like he knows that he don't have much offense coming back standing to worry about from Paul Craig, in my opinion.
This is the type of fight that would have been just as comfortably put like at UFC 6 or something like that. Like, this is that type of fight.
Right, because it's jiu-jitsu versus striking. But the difference is that Johnny Walker's Brazilian. He's got jiu-jitsu. He's got decent jiu-jitsu. You've seen him go with Nikita Krylov for 3 rounds and just rolling around, dude. Nikita Krylov's he's good.
But you don't want him testing that against Paul Craig.
Not at all. Like I said, crowd.
I will be sweating.
Yes. So what do we got here? Let's see. Euphoria, Bonfim upset. Christian Fretch, thank you for joining us. He said, I can see Craig knocking Walker out. He just needs to touch Walker's chin. I don't think he's that chinny. I think he's just getting knocked out by dudes that hit really hard, like Jamal Hill. Who else knocked him out? Corey Anderson, he hits hard.
I think he's chinny. No, I'm comfortable saying he's got a glass chin.
You ever see that one from the?
I think he's chinny.
4 tied, 3 or 4. Yeah, okay.
I think he's chinny, but I don't see the knockout by Paul Craig.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It's also
don't
because
see a
he's got
knockout
like
here by
3
Craig.
brain cells, so if 2 of them are knocked out, you know, there's just rattling around.
It's
try
like
to keep him upright.
The weird thing with him too, it's like because his head's so big that everybody cracks him because his head's gigantic, but then his head's gigantic too. So you don't like usually go fully out, you know, but he like the one where he's like got knocked out 3 times.
So he falls to the mat and just like bounces back up.
Yes, dude. And the one you talked about where he got knocked out 4 times, even like when he finally got like finished and the ref's like done, like he got hit to the ground and then he hopped up again and like a fucking fish out of water, bro.
It looked like the arena was super windy or something.
His brain, his head don't want to let him go down. His head is huge. But yeah, man. Paul Craig is 4-1 in his last 5, but he's fighting lower level. I'm all over Craig. Walker isn't a good fighter. He's a good athlete and has 0 chin. That's 138 MMA. Go check him out on Twitter. Go check him out on YouTube too. He knows his stuff. And there's some stats, some good stats, man. Euphoria said, I'm just going to enjoy the madness, man. Yeah, I can't blame you on that. Someone shuts a door too hard and Johnny Walker gets knocked out. I think Craig might accidentally knock him out while trying to find a takedowns. I don't think that Paul Craig can take Johnny Walker down. Like he don't, especially early on, he shows good takedown defense.
Yeah, it might get to the ground, but I don't think there's going to be a takedown. It's going to be some weird position, and like maybe Craig gets knocked down and then he follows him or something like that. That's about it, though.
Yep. Your mom's bet said Craig by submission and under 1.5. I like the under. I got that too. I got Johnny Walker and the under 1.5. So it kind of covers me. It's a never hedge, but it's like a half hedge because I do think Johnny Walker finishes him in the first round and a half. But just in case Paul Craig finishes him in the first round by sub, it kind of covers me. But I'm not too much of a hedger. Walker by spinning elbow round 1. I concur, dude. I like that. Fiji UFC. How do y'all feel about Daniel Marcos? I was looking at his record and he was fighting cans on 5-fight losing streak. 0-2 opponents. I think we all Ben was on him, right?
I was on Marcos too.
Daniel, yeah. I mean,
Yep.
I don't know fucking shit about either one.
Post fight.
I wasn't impressed. I haven't been impressed with what I've seen from Daniel Marcos, honestly.
Okay. Yep. Izzy Paul Craig by KO TKO plus 900.
There you go.
The MMA Jesus. I just like to say I'm a big fan of Ben the Bane, but not in the gay way. Definitely not in the gay way.
That's
debatable.
That's not suspicious at all.
Yeah.
Once you say it twice, it canceled each other out. So
definitely not
true,
that,
yeah,
like
no.
the opposite of that way, which is Sicky does MMA. As Kyle said, you watch tape on Paul Craig and you're like, he sucks, but then he wins. Yeah, it's weird like that. We got 57 people in the chat live, 57 supporters, man, hanging out. Everybody smash that like button for us right now. Let me get this off here. Everybody take the time. The links are all in the description. Follow Ben the Bane Davis on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Follow Kyle Miller, Never Hedge on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Follow Patrick on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and he's TikToking. So find that TikTok. JohnnyKpicks, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Everybody's got great pages, man. 50 some people, man. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. It's going to be a good one. Let's see real quick. Bunny Hunter said Paul Craig is like that wildcat offense in football. It worked for a while, catching people by surprise, but then they figured that out. Johnny Walker keeps it on the feet and takes the win. I like that analogy. I like that. I like that analogy, man. Yeah, Dev said that's not me. MMA Jesus. We got a lot of MMA Jesuses. Oh yeah, that's them. They're going to do a boxing match too, man.
They should
find out. Yeah, Johnny right away. They should.
They should. I want to see it.
Professor Chaos, what is up, man? He said, "What's up, fellas? What is up, man?" He's got a good Twitter page too, and he came out, showed us some support earlier, and we always appreciate that, man. Always. A fight that's going under the rug is Eeyore and Shogun. Yeah, we're gonna be getting to that next. This fight right here, though, is gonna be Bruno Ferreira versus Gregory Rodriguez. And Kyle, let you start this one, man.
Yeah, so I know a few of you on Rodriguez, and I took the dog shot here on Bruno, and I was surprised at myself for taking Bruno here. I went in thinking Gregory Rodriguez all day. He's got the grappling chops that when he wants to, he could take you down and he could submit you. And then when he's on the feet, yes, he gets rocked, but he seems to battle back, and then he could turn your lights out with one punch. He's that kind of guy. But then watching Bruno on tape, everything from this guy screams real deal to me. He's jacked. He's strong as hell. He's got stopping power. His blast double leg is legit. And I think as a dog on a card where I don't love many dogs, I'm willing to take a guy in Bruno who's going to face a guy in Gregory Rodriguez who's willing to stand and bang. And I'm willing to take the KO shot for Bruno. And that's what I did. I took the Bruno Ferreira inside the distance round one. I actually took him by TKO, not inside the distance, round one. And it was like plus 700, which I thought was crazy value.
Muted, man. You're muted.
Oh, you guys want to hear what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know, man. I'm saying, yeah.
It's always like 5 times a show. I got back, you're muted.
I like that though, man. I really like that. I feel like that's his win condition, and the dude's a dangerous dude. Ben, what do you think on this one?
Man, I'm big on RoboCop. I have been for many years. He's one of my favorite fighters. Not a lot of hair on him, but a lot of power. This guy who, when pushed up against the fence, he fires back, and he's so accurate. You know what I mean? And taking out some really decent names. I think the durability is the big factor here, but the short notice of Bruno, that's a concern. I agree, man. Bruno does have all the hallmarks of a legit fighter, and I hope that he continues to stay in the UFC, but this is not going to be a good debut in Gregory Rodriguez's backyard. RoboCop's going to bark, baby, and he's going to bite all over Bruno Ferreira.
I like it.
I like that. Yeah, man. That's a good breakdown. Johnny, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Gregory here too. Bruno is a beast. I will say that though, but the short notice, I saw the ceremonial weigh-ins, and RoboCop is a monster compared to Bruno.
Yeah.
And both these guys kind of have the same similar style. Like they both like to brawl it out. They can both take punches, but I would say this: if this fight does get to the mat one way or another, I do like Rodriguez's grappling more. I think he has a little bit better wrestling. He might not be like as explosive like with the takedowns, but I do think he's better grappler. But on the feet, they both are gonna strike it out. This fight's probably not going over 1.5 for sure. I just like Rodriguez. We seen him down and out against what's his name, the Iron Turtle. Yeah. And he came back and won that fight. He looked like he was out of that fight. And then all of a sudden he landed that one shot. And then he just got this like third wind where he's just pounding on him and got the knockout. So I can't pick against this guy and or bet against him until I see him lose. I even bet him against Armen Petrosyan, and I do think he won that fight personally. I thought he landed more damage. But hey, that's just me. But give me Rodriguez. I got a money line and a parlay. And I think that maybe I got the under as well, or like fight doesn't start, something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, give me Rodriguez for sure. I like him a lot.
Okay. Patty the Addy, what do you got?
This is my type of fighter, man. A jacked Brazilian who talks about Jesus in the post-fight interviews. I love Gregory Rodriguez. Man, I've bet on him. This will be the 9th time in a row I've bet on him in a row. So the first time, Jordan Williams knocked him out. So that was a swing and a miss, but he's been pretty good since then, aside from that split decision loss to Petrosyan. You're looking at Bruno Ferreira, a guy who's on short notice massively here. Never been out of the first round, so 7 first-round stoppages, and a lot of those knockouts are predicated on him getting the fight to the ground. So it's going to be hard to get in range. Johnny pointed out the size discrepancy between these guys at the face-offs. It's massive. I think Rodriguez, it's going to be a big struggle for Bruno to get this fight to the mat, and even a bigger struggle to finish it there. So give me Rodriguez. I have his money line at -286 to win 1 unit, and I have the inside the distance as well.
I like that line.
Yeah, I like both of them bets. I'm on Gregory Rodriguez too. I didn't bet him. I'm with Kyle though, man. Like as far as like Bruno Ferreira, he's got a chance, dude. This dude's dangerous. He did look very, very small yesterday at that face-off. But in the short notice, no help. But he's very dangerous, switching stances, throwing power kicks to the body from his left hand stance. He's got power in his right hand when he's in his regular stance. So he does have a chance, and I believe he's going to probably try to go hard, in that first round because he's going to know he doesn't have that much cardio. I still do favor Gregory Rodriguez. I just feel like he's the better fighter, especially, on a full camp. But I bet the under on this, under 1.5, because I see it like Ferreira coming out, going to war, trying to get that finish like he always does. All of his, 9-0? All 9 of his wins are under 1.5 rounds. Gregory Rodriguez, I think 7 of his last 9 have gone under 1.5, and then out of the 2 that didn't, 1 went over the 1.5 by like 2 minutes with Jung Young Park, or by like 1.5 minutes. So really almost 8 of 9 of his last ones went under. So give me the under, give me Gregory Rodriguez. I think that, Bruno comes out, gives it a good fight, starts slowing down. I'm actually going to take Rodriguez to get like a club and sub, or just a sub. So, but yeah, this should be a phenomenal fight. Every one of Gregory Rodriguez fights are freaking awesome. So, let's see. Okay. Colostrum said, Bruno will beat him. Mark my words. Okay.
Marked.
Mark. Dev said, there can only be one. There's only one Jesus.
Highlander that.
Yep. Jake Burston, what is up, man? Appreciate you coming out. He said RoboCop has proven me wrong before, but he's taken so much damage in his past 3 fights and gave out a lot too, though. But yeah, yes. Crazy value because it won't happen. RoboCop is one tough dude. He is. He really is. Fight doesn't start round 3. I like that.
Yeah, that's a lock for sure.
Yeah, I wonder what the line is on that, but I got that 1.5 at -170. Yeah. I believe it's like -200.
I would say it's like -300 range or more, but it's a good parlay piece if you need something to boost it a bit.
Yep, the MMA Jesus said this dude has legit power. Both of them do, for real. Yep. Ben Davis, RoboCop is a smart fighter. He is in Petrosyan.
I do not take any Gregory Rodriguez slander. He's the perfect fighter. He'll go down.
Goddamn right.
There's no dispute.
He looks like Obama.
He's your Vitor Belfort for Patrick.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. All right. I respect that. 138 MMA. Thanks for putting on the show, guys. I got to take off. This is my first time seeing Ben. I'm a new fan. Gotta be, man. That's why I had to get him on the show, because I know anybody that meets him, Kyle, anybody, man, they're gonna be big fans. I'm big fans of them, so I'm like, dude, I got to get these dudes on. I respect these guys. Everything they do on Twitter. I like everything they do, man.
For sure.
All you guys are awesome. All right, boys. Next fight.
You're gonna make me tear up, Cody.
I love you guys.
Wow.
So Stephanie, quit cutting them onions, man. The damn onions right now. All right, man. Well, this is gonna be another fun one. Josiane Nunes versus Zara Farn. Patty, we'll let you start this one.
This is just it's a dicey fight to bet on just because of the long layoff of Dos Santos for sure, and the wide money line. You're looking at what, minus like 500, minus 600 for Josiane Nunes, who we still don't know a whole lot about. She's massively undersized for featherweight or bantamweight even, but she's got big power. She's fought this type of physique before in Dos Santos. Like B Malecki was kind of that same build, and when you got that short fighter that's their tall opponent's shadow, they can get that overhand and knock out their opponent. So I see that happening here. I don't see a whole lot to like from Dos Santos, but I don't know what to do with this money line, and there's no way I can bet the under in like a women's fight that way that's juiced like that. So just a complete stay away betting wise for me, but it should be a fun fight. I think Nunes should get a finish here.
Yeah, I like that. Kyle, what do you think?
I don't have much to add. I see Nunes getting a TKO. Like he was saying, there's not too much value there just because the unknowns, but I'm gonna take it.
Okay. Ben the Bane, what do you got, brother?
Yeah, man. When we talk about Josiane Nunes at a ripe 5'2" and 145, she is described as she's the Mike Tyson of her time. I think she's going to come in there, really destroy inside the pocket. And that layoff of Zara it's concerning. And again, let's look at the record: 6-4 to the 9-1 Josiane Nunes. It's inside the distance for the Jeff Molina lookalike.
Hey, I just watched your interview. I was watching your interview with Jeff Molina earlier today off your Instagram. Yep.
Hilarious.
Yeah, he does. They do look. Yeah, and I agree with that.
No. That's why I'm laughing. Love it.
Johnny, what can you add on to that?
Let me try to add on something. I will say that Zara does have decent striking. So I think she's going to have the more technical striking, but I'm not picking her. I'm going with Nunes here. I think those bombs, one of them will land eventually, one overhand right, and put her down. Maybe in this first round or early second. I'm not touching the money line. If I would bet this one, I would just do Nunes by knockout. I think you can get close to a plus money on that, maybe like 135, minus 135. I think that's the bet. I just don't see. If it goes to decision, I'd be shocked. I'll say that.
Yeah, man. It's this one. This is a tough one because like Zara Farn actually shows good striking, and the way to beat her in the UFC has just been these girls have had to take her down. She actually hurt Felicia Spencer a little bit, so these girls have had to take her down. But before that, she looked good standing. I don't know how this is going to look. I'm taking Josiane Nunes. I'm going to say she finishes her just because of the way she fights. If Nunes was from Hawaii, they call her coconut bombs, dude, because that's all she throws. But I love it. She throws this fucking little Superman punch to get in range. Like she showed, like with Bay Malecki, like to close the distance, she throws this little Superman punch and then just comes over. I think it looks a lot like you guys said, like that Bay Malecki fight where eventually, I mean, she's going to get hit. And if Zara Farm or whatever actually has a decent jab, she could work over Nunes bad, but I just don't see that happening. I'm taking Nunes, and I'm going to take her by that first or second round TKO. I think that maybe in the second round. I think the first round's good. They land some bombs on each other, but that accumulation of damage up.
No, I will say just to add on just a short note. I won't clown anybody for taking Dos Santos as a dog because just from the not watching the tape, just a pure like low level women's MMA. Some people like to just find the discrepancy in the line. It's too wide. You bet the underdog. Right. I don't hate that play, but it just as long as it's from like a mathematical standpoint, not from like a tape perspective,
Yeah, please, yeah. Only value wise, like please don't say tape wise you're picking because I think they're gonna win. Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, you got a more careful eye and saw something I certainly don't see.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be following you if you actually broke down the tape and I'll tell you that.
DC Dave said the bro love made me puke a little bit in my mouth. That's all right. We're getting some reactions out here, boys. All right, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, Dave. Every Saturday, come puke in your mouth, right here on this channel. Professor Chaos, Zara Farm better be. I mean, on the Wednesday night, Johnny was talking about how he liked Lauren Murphy, trying to meet her in a Denny's bathroom or something. Like that.
Okay, all right. You want when we get to that
fight,
we're gonna say that same question. Everyone.
Yeah, Dev said Jeff Molina's innocent. It's debatable, but you never know. Odd Smoker MMA and Steve, what is up, man? He said, loving Nunez KO TKO. Glad I'm not done. Also appreciate the show, fellas. Gotta hear a bit late. Better late
Dev
than
is
never.
wilding. He's wilding tonight. I love
Free
it.
Molina, yeah.
I love it.
I like it, man. Dev's always on one, man. I like that's why he's
Yep.
good. He's got that energy. Pink Floyd, I guess how drunk I got Friday night by what bets I see Saturday morning. Nunez round 3 sub. If Nunez
must have been a good night.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Great night.
It better be like 3,500.
I'll have what she's having.
Let's see. Yeah, Effie said 1-800-GAMBLER. 45 minutes
message to bring up after round 3 Nunez sub 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah. Right there. Sicky said Ben is hilarious, but he didn't like me defending John Jones getting a rematch if he loses to God.
Fucking
Why
Sicky,
the fuck
dude.
would he get a rematch, Sicky? There's no point.
There's no
Jones
point.
hasn't fought in 3 years. He's never competed at this weight class. Gon's active at the top of it. It makes no fucking sense. Get out of here with that bullshit.
Sicky, keep fighting the good fight, bro, man. I love it.
Johnny!
I think
Sicky up the last 3 days. Okay,
Sicky's got a
been
middle
following
man
it, liking everything. This is great.
D said, Cody, you should be doing Josiane Nunez inside the distance plus Jessica inside the distance parlay for the love of sake of women's MMA.
There you go. I like that. That's a good bet.
My life, it is, but my life in bankroll has gotten so much better since I stopped betting women's MMA. Like, it's,
very true.
It's changed. It's noticeably. Sicky, why would you? Okay. All right, boys, let's get into this next fight. It's going to be a good one. Gabriel Bonfim versus Mounir Lazzez. Johnny, you can start this one.
Ooh, this is going to be a very good fight. Man, I kept going back and forth with this one, but I'm going to go with Bonfim. I think one of the Bonfim brothers wins. I just don't think it's going to be the other one. I think it'll be this one, but this is going to be a very close fight. I do see it going to decision. Both guys are very good strikers. Obviously, I would give Bonfim the grappling advantage, but I don't see it going to the ground. I see it going to be a 3-round striking fight. It's going to be very close. And I think Gabriel will get a little bit of the Brazilian edge in the decision and win a very close decision because one of them has to win and it's not going to be the other one. So give me Gabriel by decision. No bets on this one. Actually, you know what? I do have a bet. I lied. Fight to start round 2 in a parlay. That's it.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Patrick, who do you got?
This is my underdog shot on the money line. I do have a bet 1 unit on Lazzez. I got it it peaked at like plus 158 where I saw it. I see some people did a little bit better than that and it came back down. It sucks. I'm going against both Bonfim brothers. I do agree with Johnny. Maybe one of them pulls through. So I got McKinney. I got Lazzez. Hopefully I just, at least come out a little bit ahead. But
at least one gets
it's just,
it.
I think the range, the distance management from the kickboxing of Lazzez, I really do like. Then up close, he can plant his feet, throw power at up close range, throw elbows, some good knees. It's going to be a difference of the just experience for me on this one, 10 years more, and he's still not over the hill at welterweight for Lazzez. Now, Bonfim, there's a lot of unknowns. He could actually have a better grappling game than I'm giving him credit for. Go in there and, dominate both the stand-up and the grappling. Maybe that happens, but I think it's an even fight. So somebody who's seen the scorecards before in Lazzez, give me that underdog money.
Like it. Kyle, what do you got?
I'm on Bonfim here. This was another one where going into tape, I was thinking I was going to like Lazzez. But then watching, Bonfim's a problem on the feet. I do think he's a little wild, maybe a little more wild than some people have been saying. He backs straight up as well, which I don't love. Keeps his chin a little bit high. But the thing that got me on him is I think Mounir Lazzez watches his own strikes a little bit. He's stagnant. He throws a strike and he stays dead still, and I think that's going to possibly get him finished here.
Okay, so you're on Bonfim. Okay. Ben, what do you like?
I've got a lot of love for, Mounir Lazzez. He hasn't really had a coming out party necessarily inside the UFC. I think that Warlley Alves fight was the one where the promotion was trying to really pick him up by the bootstraps and he got dominated. But he does have good wins. I mean, Abdurakhimov Al-Hassan and Sasha Palatnikov are serious names on his record. And with 8 KOs inside his 11 wins, we know that he's got, some dynamite in the hands, hence the name Sniper. He's never been submitted. And so Gabriel's main path of finishing fights, I think is going to encounter some difficulties. And he's never been at this level before, competing under the bright lights of the UFC. So while he might benefit from, the home field advantage down there in Brazil, I'm going to back the Tunisian Mounir Lazzez on this one.
Okay, I like it. I'm on Mounir Lazzez too myself. Bonfim, I like his boxing, but he really only boxes standing up, but he does have good pressure boxing, but he's hittable, man. I've seen him get dropped, hurt really bad in the LFA. But he's also good. He's got good forward pressure, really tough. I didn't like the reason I picked Lazzez and bet Lazzez is I wasn't that impressed with Bonfim's wrestling, and I'm pretty impressed with Lazzez's offensive, defensive wrestling. He took Al Hassan down 4 times, and Al Hassan was a giant 170er, came in at 5 pounds overweight. So I think he'll be able to keep this standing because Bonfim's a boxer. He's got some pro boxing. He's like a national boxing champion, and all his wins are by sub except one. And it's really because he'll beat guys up and then they'll shoot in on him or try to take him down, but not really because he's just wrestling them down and choking them out. So give me Lazzez. I think it's going to stay on the feet. I think he's going to keep it standing. I think he's got way better weapons, bigger toolbox. He uses elbows, leg kicks, spinning kicks, like everything, where Bonfim's just going to be boxing. I think that he can actually kind of, by the end of this fight, it can look like how he was beating up on Angelus, and kind of dominate him, man. And Angelus ain't no joke, dude. Angelus is a tough guy. You seen him fight with Jack Della Maddalena, man. He went toe-to-toe with him and fought a good scrap. So give me Mounir Lazzez, man, by decision. I bet him. I put 2.5 units to win 3.5. Got him at plus 140. Miss a little line movement because my casino wouldn't drop them over-unders. But I do really like him, man. Let's see. MMA Jesus Dev said Bonfim all day. Effie said, what will Umar versus Dom Cruz? Yeah, that's not good. It's probably going to be minus 900
lower than that.
That fight's not occurring right now.
Yeah, that was fake, I think.
It was a fake account that tweeted it.
Oh, good, because that would just be ridiculous.
Why would Dominic Cruz take that fight? There is zero incentive for Dominic Cruz to take that
fight. Just for shits and giggles.
He'd be badass if he did.
Unless it finished again? Yeah. No.
Unless he's getting paid a lot of money.
He'd be badass for taking it.
I don't know. Yeah. He's fine. Cruz ain't in. He's not a prize fighter, man. He's set up. If he needs income, he can find other avenues than fighting.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, and he's too smart for that one. Papa Chuck in the house. What is up, man?
What's up, Chuck?
Yeah, Chuck, one of the mainstays of this community. He said, hot damn, look at all these baller ass MMA cappers in the special, in one space. Sorry. Best of luck to everyone today. Good luck to you too, man.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Effie said, thank God. Next fight, boys, is a really, really good one. I'm looking forward to Gilbert Burns versus Neil Magny. Kyle, we will let you start this one.
This is possibly my favorite fight on the card for betting wise. I'm going Burns inside the distance. And I've been a Magny guy my whole lifetime. Magny and Jim Miller, I think I've won the most money on at any fighters on the roster. But I think Burns ragdolls him. I think it's not going to be close. I think Burns gets him out in round 1, honestly.
Sure. I like it. I'll start this one off since Cody's not back. I like Burns here too. I do think he should win, but the one thing that does scare me is just the reach advantage that Magny has, and he does manage his range very well. He uses his jab, and that's one thing that kind of Burns gets caught sometimes is jabs, and we've seen him get knocked out with a jab against Usman. I'm not saying Magny and Usman are the same person, but other than that, I think Burns is going to have the better wrestling, the better grappling. I think he does have the better striking. It's just if Magny can manage his range very well, which he does do a pretty good job, and Burns has to struggle to get in, it's going to be a closer fight than it should. But other than that, give me Burns. I think this fight actually goes to decision. I think it's going to be because both guys are tough to get out of there. So if anything, it might be like a 3rd round submission just because both guys are gassed. But I think this is going to be a very fun fight. I got another thing for a fight to start round 2 and a parlay for this one too. I think it happens. And give me Burns, but I think it's going to be closer than the line says.
Okay, so Kyle's got Burns inside the distance. Johnny got Burns. He likes him kind of by decision.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben, what do you got?
Man, I'll swing on Burns inside the distance. Listen, the Haitian sensation's been finished in 7 of his 9 losses. Gilbert Burns taking the requisite time off from that Khamzat Chimaev fight. So we know he's coming into this completely recovered, and his stock's never been higher. This is a guy who has only lost to Kamaru Usman and Chimaev in years, right? Especially at 170 pounds. So I think that for all the reasons you mentioned, better striking, more power, better jiu-jitsu. And I think he's coming in here with a bit of something to prove, man. He's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. And in his home field of Brazil, this is Durinho written all over it within those 15 minutes.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Patty, what do you got?
Yeah, when I first saw this line, I'm very much like Kyle, where it's like I'm a huge Neil Magny fan. Like Magny decision is like a moneymaker, and it has been for a while. 16-2 in decisions for Neil Magny, one of the most experienced guys at the weight class ever. But so I saw this line, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I was like, oh, wait a second. Who does he lose to? Grapplers, high-level guys, high-level wrestlers, gets submitted. Like Ben just said, he gets finished in a lot of his losses. So, and he's not been taking damage very well. He's been rocked in a lot of spots recently, too. So I think there's a bit of a decline on Magny at this point. Burns has got the wrestling to get the fight into his arena and power in his hands. So the money line, a little bit wide, but it makes sense to me from an inside the distance perspective. I like that prop on Burns.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I like Burns. I like Burns by decision. 5 of his last 7 fights have gone to decision. His one finish was over Damian Maia. And then he got finished by Kamaru Usman. But all the rest are decisions because he does jiu-jitsu, but he's not really like the dude that's always looking for the win. He'll kind of control you. Neil Magny, the thing that makes me really think this is going to go over is that he got submitted by Shavkat with 1 second left in the second round. So it was almost to the third round. And then I feel like, if he can survive that long with Shavkat, I feel like he can survive with Gilbert Burns. And like I said, Gilbert Burns has that big shot. Like if you're coming forward at him like Kamaru did or like Khamzat did, he can throw that overhand right. And he's got that really good check left hook. So he could. And I do like what Patrick said about Magny declining a little bit because he got hurt against Max Griffin. He's been hurt in some fights recently. And like you guys did say, this is his path to defeat is usually RDA, guys like that can take him down, Shavkat, and choke him out. But I just don't think that Burns is that type of finisher. So give me give me Gilbert Burns and give me him by decision. And I put him in. I put in a for fun non-tracked parlay with Gilbert Burns by decision and Johnny Walker first round knockout. And I had 40.4 units doing 3.5. So I like that, man. I think that's going to be such a great fight on this card too. Everybody had good breakdowns for that.
I like that you brought up the Damian Maia though, because I see this going similarly because what Maia and Magny have in common is they lack athleticism. And that's why Burns is just, I'm telling you, he's going to ragdoll this guy.
Okay.
He's going to crush him.
Okay.
Hey, anybody that went the distance, the tough fight against Khamzat Chimaev at this point, looking pretty good.
Yep. I mean, his stock rose when he lost. Let's be honest.
Yep. BC Dave, best panel in chat and MMA. Thanks, homies, man. We appreciate you coming out, Dave, hanging out. Make this even possible and fun for us to do. And then Effie said Patrick Mahomes just got hurt.
I saw that he went off the field. After the first quarter.
Glad I don't really bet NFL, but that's no bueno because I'm sure a lot of people had a lot of money on a lot of Chiefs parlays and money lines and all that.
Yeah, you're looking at one right now.
Okay. Think Magny is too smart to get finished. He will get worked over, though. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But Burns has been looking he looks dangerous in this fight, so we'll see. Mahomes' ankle not looking good. Fiji UFC, as far as odds go, I think it's a bad stylistic matchup for Gilbert to be in that much of a favorite. Still think Burns will win, but the odds are way a bit disrespectful. Is it weird because like people like us have been betting UFC for years and years just to see all these lines be so like say I feel like 2.5 years ago, even if they were at the same like level they're at right now, like Burns versus Magny, Burns would have been minus 190, minus 215. You know what I mean? Not minus 500. Like it's just kind of crazy.
It's a spot in this day and age where you got to look at the past. Like how have they been lined in their past fights? Because I feel like recency bias is still a spot where it gets overblown and you can find an edge that way, right? Like the market always swings super big in one direction for that.
Yeah. Here is the next fight. I'm gonna let Johnny start this one. Jessica Andrade versus Lauren K-Picks Murphy.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Andrade here. I think it's just hard to pick Murphy here. I know she's very tough. She's got the cardio for 3 rounds at least, and Andrade, can fade as the fight goes on if she tries really hard. But I just think everywhere in this fight, I just think Andrade is better. I think she's got better striking. She's more powerful. She can get the takedowns, even though she's smaller. I think she can. And Murphy's tough, though. I think she can hold out to a decision. And I know Andrade doesn't go to decision that often, and when she does, she loses them. But I just don't see her losing this fight. But Murphy can pull out. Oh, maybe she can get lucky. And I just don't know. Like, literally, her nickname's Lucky. So maybe she can get lucky. So give me Andrade here to win. I'm going to say by decision. I know it's not going to be, everyone thinks it's going to be like a knockout or something. But I'm going to go decision. I think this, for some reason, I go decision. I have a weird gut feeling.
I like it. Okay. Patrick, what do you got?
Yeah, it's a big money line here. I like Andrade to win, but, she's bouncing around weight classes a lot, which I don't care for. I wish she would just pick one lane to go into, and maybe it is flyweight this time again. You go back for the rematch with Shevchenko, but I think she should get the job done in this fight. Yeah, I mean, the stats would show that like 7 of her last 8 fights have not seen the scorecards. You'd want an inside the distance as my prediction, but I can see Johnny's point. This could go to a decision. Lauren could survive. She doesn't get finished that often.
Yeah, I agree with that. Kyle, what do you think?
I like Andrade here. Lauren Murphy's tough, and I think that's all she's got going for her in this matchup. One prop I saw that had a decent line was Andrade by sub. It's in Brazil. She might want to show off that BJJ. I can't remember the exact line, but it was over plus 300. So I thought that was a decent shot.
And she did it to Lemos too, and we didn't expect that.
No.
Right. Ben, what do you got?
Man, we're talking about Lauren Murphy's durability, and I think that it's a little bit of a smoke and mirror situation due to the lack of real strong competition. I mean, you look at this chick, Lilia Shakarova. They brought her in 2020. She lost, right? That's not going to stop her. That's not a real win, in my opinion. Fuck, I just deleted my Lauren Murphy tab. Damn it. I had a real good point here, boys. So like that, JoJo Wood, Roxanne Modafferi, KGB Lee back in 2020, which was in my opinion, a robbery. And then the one fighter that she fought who really had some cojones on her, Valentina Shevchenko, handled her. You know what I mean? Yes. So you look at Jessica Andrade, way stronger competition, both in the wins and the losses, and just a finisher. I mean, she really is going to go in there and I think deal with Lauren Murphy in a way that we haven't seen Murphy get put out before. Like her last win over Amanda Lemos. Look at how well that's aged, right? First round standing arm triangle. Then Lemos goes and subs Michelle Watterson and, KOs Marina Rodriguez. That speaks to the level that Andrade is at. And again, she's only lost to Shevchenko, Nama Yunez, and Zhang Wei Li in the recent years. So this is Andrade getting a hometown finish, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go. I don't bet women's MMA, but I'm at the odds. I'm gonna pick Lauren Murphy. Andrade is a beast. She throws hard punches, right? She wings hard punches. We're gonna be honest. She was getting beat up by Lemos till she hit that arm triangle. Lauren Murphy's a lot bigger than Andrade, dude. Andrade has been fucking beating girls up at 115. But when she goes up in weight, it's not really the same. Like, she did stop Chukagian with that body shot, but she wasn't really like convincingly winning that fight and like hurting Chukagian all fight until that happened. Like, she was kind of getting pieced up from distance, and then she landed that sick body shot. I just think that for the price that Lauren Murphy, 4 inches taller, 6 inches of reach, has a good jab, has good boxing, and if she can stay out of the way of all them power shots of Andrade, I don't see. I mean, I bet freaking Misha Tate against her last time. And the one thing is Lauren Murphy is tough, dude. She's got decent boxing and she's going to be in there. I think she is really durable. Her only loss was to Shevchenko. Now, she could easily come out here and get starched in the first, 15, 1 minute of this fight, but I don't think that's going to happen. And then Andrade can slow down a little bit too. And I don't think Andrade is going to be able to out grapple, take down Murphy. Murphy's huge, dude, a big girl. And she's really, really, really physically strong. So, I'm not betting this. I'm not even telling people to bet it, but I just think Lauren Murphy has more of a shot than they say. Well, she's the number 2 to 3 flyweight in the whole entire world, and just getting disrespected by this line. This should be another line where Andrade is minus 185. If we're gonna keep it really real,
I would love it. I would love it if that happened.
And 2 years ago, I'm just saying, because When was we even? I mean, dude, minus 500 was Khabib shit. You know what I mean? John Jones shit back in the day.
It is wide. I will
the
say
minus
that.
500 of 2 years ago is minus 1100 now. Jailton, Almeida, all that. We didn't used to really get them.
Whenever you see a women's fighter that's a finisher, they really juice that up. That's always it's like the unheard of thing to have a lot of these fights not see the scorecards. So they always juice those women as like super high.
Right. So I'm just saying, as for me, out of all these big dog favorites or underdogs on this card that are the plus 400 almost, give me Lauren Murphy as my plus 400 dog. I'm gonna pick.
I don't hate based on the odds, because if you're looking at like a minus 500 for Andrade, that's like what 83-84% that she wins. Well, there's a 17 to 20% chance that she's got a bad night, and then could Murphy take over?
Dude, Lauren Murphy's tough.
Get another greasy decision. Yeah,
right.
Murphy by decision. Yeah,
decent. I've never seen anybody go out there and ragdoll Murphy anywhere. So she's got decent offensive, defensive grappling. She's got pretty good striking. She's tough as hell. And she's got good cardio. Fight you to the end. I've lost against her. I bet KG Lee, all them. I thought her and Calderwood won, but that's what the thing is. She makes it tough, dude, and then she's got good cardio and ends up winning that last little bit of the third round. It lands.
Could Lauren Murphy go out there and just like put her palm like on the face of Nunes, just like hold her there for like 15 minutes? Just like,
Andrade, and just, I mean, she's decent boxing, but I just think that the price, dude, it's there, man. Andrade.
I will say though.
Well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just reading them, man.
Okay, I was gonna say. I will say though, during the face-offs, Andrade is smaller, obviously, but it wasn't as big as I thought it was. Like the differences between the two, so I'm not too scared about that, to be honest.
Yeah. Yep. It's already All right. So let's go.
Real quick though, before we get into the co-main event, we did skip one fight, Shogun and
I got that next. That's this
next.
one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll go to that though. Besides Jordan said, do it. He said, do it, Cody. Bet Lauren Murphy.
Jordan, what's up, Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan. That's why it's so easy to pick her, because I don't bet women's MMA. So I'll pick her. But like I said, I think that she has, out of all these big dogs, she has a chance. I don't think she's going to look minus. Andrade's going to knock her out. I really don't think she does that early. And if she don't do it,
TV's funny, man.
What's that? Lauren
TV's funny.
And Buff. Yeah, dude, that's that'd be crazy if the Brazilians won every match. All right, boys. Mauricio Shogun Hua's retirement match against Ihor Potieria. I'm gonna start this one off, and I'm gonna go with, unfortunately, I'm gonna take Potieria in the first round, just because I think that he's going to be faster and more explosive than Shogun, even though Shogun didn't look that bad against Ovin St. Preux, but he's not fast and explosive by any means anymore either. This is going to be a sloppy match. I'm staying away from it, not betting it and by any means, but I'm going to say Ihor by first round TKO, because the striking doesn't look bad, but after that, it's anybody's game because he death gasses. So who you got, Johnny?
I'm going to go Shogun here. I know a lot of people haven't, and this is a perfect setup fight for him. He's retiring. He already announced it. He's in Brazil. He's fighting a very questionable, to put it nicely, fighter that gasses after 2 minutes. If he can survive, even if he holds him up against the cage for 2 or 3 minutes in the beginning, I think he's going to get the knockout in the finish, because I'm just not impressed with Potieria at all. He can get the knockout early. I mean, Shogun's 41 years old. He's definitely not the old Shogun, or the younger Shogun, if you want to say. But
this is just Mauricio Hua.
Yeah, my pick here is more so a fade on Potieria, and I'm just hoping Shogun wins. It's a perfect setup for him. I want him to ride out in the sunset in Brazil with a win. So give me Shogun by knockout. I'll say late first round.
Okay, Patrick, who you got?
I've got a money line bet, 1 unit at minus 190 on Potieria to get this done. And
I'm not doing a shoey bet with you though.
This is a psychological play, because I'm a huge Shogun Hua fan. I still have the tapes from back at Pride Conflict when he beat Ricardo Arona.
I got them all.
Quentin Jackson. Yeah. You're on the same wavelength, Cody. So This is a play where either I win money or I get to see Shogun, which I really want to happen. I get to see Shogun retire on a win.
Yeah.
But if he wins, he's not gonna retire. These guys have to be put out into the grave before they actually give it up.
It's perfectly set up for him.
It'll be an awesome moment, though, into the Brazilian crowd to see him win. But if he doesn't, which I don't think he will, I win some money. So
they'll bring him in.
I'm playing both sides.
I like it. Kyle, who you got in this one, brother?
I got Ihor as well. Not betting it. But doing the tape, I didn't think he was as bad as everybody said. People were talking a lot of shit about this guy. He will be a lot faster. He's got some power.
Mhm.
And at this point, I think that might be enough to beat Shogun. I'm not betting this simply because I'm a Shogun fan. Yeah. Everything watching tape screamed bet this guy inside the distance.
I will say plus 170 is very tempting.
But I'm out here hoping that Shogun shows, I don't know, hopefully maybe he's on the juice. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What are they going to do?
Brazil.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's his last fight. It's his last fight. What are they going to do? Test him after?
Going to suspend him? Even if they do, are they going to suspend him? I'd get on all of them.
Hopefully he got on the juice. And
they still have their own version of World Anti-Doping in Brazil, though, right? The commission still has testing in place.
Right.
It's it's a little.
It would take gallons. Like they can't even inject him with enough steroids at this point to make him. And he's on him now. All these guys are on juice for sure. But this is the result of a juiced Shogun that you saw at the weigh-in.
I've seen him train with Vitor and Pujelis over there, man, or Pujeris. Remember him?
Husamar Polaris.
Yeah, with the tree trunk. What's his name? Tree trunk or whatever his nickname. Toquinho. Yeah, that dude's a savage. He's on all the drugs. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Jordan said, I hope he's on all the juice. Yeah. Shogun, please God, don't get a meme KO'd. Yeah. Euphoria, my under 53 looking good right now for that game. For Patty Mahomes, and we got Patty in here, man. Patty Mahomes, everybody out today. Did you see Shogun weighing? He could fight 2 classes lower, dad bod. He gassed bad against Ovin St. Preux, and they didn't even grapple or nothing too. In the 3rd round, he was just like old man gas. So all right, boys, let's get into the co-main event.
Wait, Ben, who do you like?
Oh, I didn't do Ben.
Really, I was hoping
shit, Ben. My bad. I'm fucking my bad.
To this one, I'm gonna go with Ihor by KO.
Okay, damn.
Here's the thing. Even if we talk about the gas tank issues, maybe it was just a bad last performance because he's gone to the judges' scorecards 4 different times. He's been successful on 3 of those. So I'm willing to give him maybe the benefit of the doubt his last time out. And who knows? Again, y'all have watched tape. I did not. So
I like your honesty, though.
My opinion on this one's not really that valid.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's a tough one to call anyways. But all right. So Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno and Ben the Bane. Start us out on this one. I know you got some good stuff for this. Or I shouldn't even have you do one. You just did the last one.
My bad. Yeah, you threw me for a loop. Which one we doing?
Here, I'm gonna start with somebody I didn't even realize that I don't know where my brain just went. Patty, start this one off. Davison Figueiredo, Brandon Moreno.
This is the most anticipated fight for me to watch in this card. Flyweight championship, the quadrilogy, amazing, man. And they've gone win, loss, and draw against one another. So I am going to take Davison Figueiredo here. I do have a couple units on that minus 110. And now you can do better than that. You get that plus 105, I think I've seen out there. So it's a fight where I'm not getting a big edge over the market. There's no reason to bet this. It's purely a degenerate play. I think Figueiredo is going to challenge with the wrestling a bit more, have the bigger moments, just like he did last year at UFC 270, and steal this decision. I think it's going to be a decision result. I do like the over 2.5, 3.5, 4.5 in this spot as well. If you want to play that and just see how far you can get in that progression of overs, I like that spot as well if you don't want to pick a side, because we've seen this is a 50-50 fight. They've gone win, loss, and draw. So if you're going to play 50-50 odds with the sportsbook, you're not getting a big edge at all. You're flipping coins. So that's what I'm doing, admittedly, just to have some fun. But it's Figueiredo for me, but not a huge confidence here. Okay.
Kyle, who you got?
I'm on Figgy as well. I thought he looked good this week. I like his power. I like his size for the division, obviously. But there are a couple narratives going into this fight that scare me. Figgy leaving fight ready. Don't love that. He also fired his manager. I don't know if you guys saw that. He's now with Uriah Faber. So some interesting things going on with Figgy. But on the other hand, Moreno and James Krause. So that almost equals itself out. I mean, you never know who's going to affect more. Figgy has the home field advantage, and I like him in this fight. But more than anything, my bigger bet is I think this fight gets finished inside the distance. I do see it going later rounds, but I think one of these guys eventually gets it done inside the distance.
Okay. Ben, what do you got?
Yeah, man. One of the big storylines I kept seeing from a lot of people just the court of public opinion was the biggest statement between their 3 fights leading up to this 4th bout is Moreno's submission here in Arizona, which was back in 2021. But I would like to contest that. An equally similar statement was Davison's performance in the 3rd fight. I mean, he's finding some knockdowns. He's really putting it together on the feet. And I think that momentum's only going to continue as he fights in his hometown, or home country rather, of Brazil. The weight cut looked like he was pretty good. I think that was the point of concern. If he looked bad on the scales, bet Moreno, he looked pretty damn good. You know what I mean? So I think that as big as I am on the assassin baby, and he did have a great performance over Kai Kara France, I just think that Davison's figured it out at this point. I'm not going to say inside the distance because Moreno's a tough son of a bitch, but I think Davison's gonna keep that belt around his waist.
Nice, good breakdown. Yeah, I'm on Brandon Moreno. I think I'm the only one on Brandon Moreno. He's got to address the leg kicks that Figgy got him with in the last fight. Them leg kicks really added up on him, and then he did get dropped a couple times. But I thought he was winning that whole fight the whole time, like most of the time, until he would get dropped. But he also rocked Figgy about 2-3 times. Like even Cormier and them was saying every time he touched Figgy, you could see him like kind of getting shocked a little bit. They were saying he had more power in Figgy, which I don't know because Figgy's got really good power. But Figgy, 35-year-old flyweight, which is terrible. He hasn't fought in a year, which is terrible. He's coming off some type of hand surgery, which is not good. Left fight ready, which is terrible. I don't like that. Because in between rounds, Henry was giving him excellent advice, dude. I mean, that's a real big thing. So I'm going to take 29-year-old Brandon Moreno. I think Figgy's getting aged out of this series, to be honest. And I think that if anybody gets to finish, it's going to be a club and sub by Moreno. Because Moreno, like in the end, like if I'm going to bet Figgy, I got to be like, damn, I hope he hits some knockdowns. I hope he don't gas out in the 5th, all this. And if I bet Moreno, I just hope Moreno fights like Moreno. You know what I mean? I ain't got to worry about him gassing out. I ain't got to worry about this and that. So 29 years old, prime of his life. Figgy, I mean, he was 32 when this series started. You know what I mean? And now he's 35, like I said, hasn't fought in a year. So give me Moreno, man. I think he gets it done. I think all the things are pointing towards him. I know Figgy did have a good weight cut, but I just kind of feel like all the things are starting towards him. Johnny, who do you like?
I'm going to go with Figgy here. We all broke this fight down like 3 times already, and I did the same thing for each fight. I picked Figgy each time. I bet Figgy each time, and I'm going to do it again. I just think he's just like this much better than Moreno, and I know Moreno is very good boxing and all that good stuff, but I just think Figgy has his number, and I know the second fight, Moreno looked amazing with that submission. That was one of the times that Figgy's weight cut was bad because he's crying and stuff. And that before I put a bet in on Figgy, I wanted to see him in the weigh-ins, and he looked amazing. And then I instantly put that bet in because that's all I need to know. All anyone needs to know. If he looks good on the scales, he's going to win against Moreno. It's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a domination. It's going to be close, just like every other fight that it was. So give me Figgy by close decision again. And he's going to win for Brazil.
Okay, man. Everybody in the crowd, in the comment, all the supporters. First off, Goonie Toon had to drop in. He said New York has the best pizza, no question.
Just try New Haven. If you haven't tried it, just go ahead and try it. Sally's, Modern, Pepe's.
So Sally's a pizza, right?
So they're all a pizza. And you say a beats.
A pizza.
A beats.
That's how you say a beats.
No way.
Beats.
A beats. Sally's a beats.
Oh, okay.
And and it's spelled a pizza,
right?
But my personal favorite is Modern.
I seen that one on Portnoy too. Yeah,
he ranked Sally's the highest. I personally like Modern the best, but you can't go wrong with any of them.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Sicky says also that Figgy's random, definitely. Jordan, Moreno, Ice Viking, Team Lego. Let's go. I'm on a Team Lego. Let's go. BC Dave, I got your back. Cody Moreno has this. Let's go. This is Moreno era. No chance for Figgy. I like that. I concur. I concur with that. Figgy Horn has grown even more. I'm not. Yeah, what is up with that? He's got that the thing. Both these guys' chin are no longer the same. Yeah, they would after 3 fights with each other, man. They're both 2 of the bigger hitters in that division, too. I think fight doesn't go. MPTV, Topology Group 926. Cody, you got 4th place last week. I got 5th. I'm trying to beat you this week. My name on Topology is Player for Life. Okay. All right, coming on strong. I should have I should have won last. I went 9-2 on my picks and then lost 6 units. It doesn't even make any sense.
Doesn't make sense of it.
Jordan, Johnny hates the Lego thing. He can't let it go. He can't let it go. He can't let it go.
Let go, Brandon. Let it go.
Just let go, Johnny.
You're not 2 anymore, man. Gross.
DC, thank you to all the new Tapology 926 members. Welcome to Murderers Row. Exactly. All right, I can't believe this guy still plays with Legos. Would beat my ass. He beat a lot of people's ass.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, for sure.
All right, boys. Main event time. Glover Teixeira versus Jamal Hill. Ben the Bane. Start this one out, brother.
Man, honor and a pleasure to kick it off. Glover Teixeira, old man Glover, I think is going to get it done, and I think he's going to make it look good. He's fought such a high level of caliber of competition over the course of his career that it is truly astonishing to see this be as close as it is and have him be a bit of an underdog, right? This is a guy who finished Jan Blachowicz, who finished a better version of Thiago Santos, who finished Anthony Smith, who beat Nikita Krylov, who went, back in the day fighting some of those legends. Like, listen, this is some disrespect that they're putting on Teixeira. I like Jamal Hill. He's really talented, but let's break down the wins. Come on. Thiago Santos, again, worst version that Glover beat. Johnny Walker, doesn't even fucking matter. Fight IQ non-existent, glass chin, that's expected. Jimmy Crute, a guy who I really enjoy, but hasn't really shown up to the level of expectation that people are putting on him. So I discount that win. Guess what? Lost to Paul Craig. You run that fight 10 times, boys. I don't know if he's going to win all 10 or lose all 10, but the one that we do have is a first-round loss. And then he beat OSP. Come on. I get that people are high on Jamal Hill. I am as well. But really? Calling him the future? You're putting him the favorite against the former fucking champion in his hometown, his own country? I think Teixeira inside the distance. Listen, it's going to hit the mat at some point, and Jamal has good takedown defense. It's been improved, but he's been taken down by worse grapplers, and those worst grapplers have gotten into really advantageous positions. You give Glover that same opportunity, it's lights out, baby. So sweet dreams. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare on Saturday night.
I like it, dude. Excellent breakdown. That was one of the best breakdowns we've had on the show, dude. Good stuff, man. Ben kills it.
Yeah.
Kyle, got to follow that, man.
I'm with him. I totally agree. I copy and pasted for my Substack. I copy and pasted my breakdown for Glover and Jiri for this one, and I air quoted it and then, wrote further underneath, but it's the same breakdown. To me, Hill's only chance is the same as Jiri's, and that was to catch him with a punch. Jiri obviously got that submission. I don't know. That looked a little bit odd to me. If there was a scripted fight, that might be it. But
it was weird. It was weird. I was just like, he didn't fight it.
I didn't say it, but I was thinking.
If there was a scripted fight, that was it. But to me, Glover is literally better everywhere, including the striking. I think Glover's better on the feet. The dude's a monster. And like Ben said, I think it hits the mat. And I think when it hits the mat, Hill's going to be in big trouble, whether that's just getting pounded out like we saw Anthony Smith take that brutal beating, or whether he gets subbed. Hill did try to get Anthony Smith in his camp for this fight for a little inside info, but I don't think Anthony Smith has any answers. So
no, his dentist might, but not.
Yeah.
I like that breakdown, dude. 2 on Glover so far. Let's go, Patrick. Who you got, bro?
I'm breaking this streak. I'm on Jamal Hill here, and I love Glover Teixeira. He's been doing the damn thing for a long time. Highly touted before he came to the UFC. I was in Vegas at the fights for his debut against Kyle Kingsbury. He was on the early prelims, got that submission there. The guy's capable, and of course, if this hits the mat and you got big Glover on top of you with his skill set, it's going to be dangerous. But I learned a lot from Jamal Hill's last fight. You can see he's not just a 1-round or 2-rounder bust. He's able to translate that power into the later parts of a fight. I think he's got the cleaner striking and way more technical than Yuri Prochazka, and I think he's going to be too fast, land that shot. The age discrepancy is a big factor in me betting 2 units at that pick-em price tag on Jamal Hill here. But I'm not going to lie, it's a dicey fight. I think there's an edge over the market here just because you've got, the size and, of course, the, just the huge, youth in the favor of Jamal Hill. Retirement's got to be on the horizon for Glover Teixeira at 43 years old. Not many people have done that, gotten a title twice in their 40s. So I don't think it happens, but it would be a fun moment if he could do that. But then what's next? You know, how many times is Glover going to pull this, the tricks out of his ass here and get hurt early and then come back and win? That was a battle. That was a war against Yuri Prochazka.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he does it again. I think he gets knocked out in this fight. I just don't know when.
Okay, Johnny.
Yeah, I agree with Patrick. Everything he said. Like, Glover and Yuri was a war, and a 5-round war that almost went all 5 rounds, like 30 seconds left, however long it was. And Yuri was landing some very good shots, and he likes to telegraph a lot of his strikes. Now, Glover against Hill here. Hill has that smooth, technical strikes, 1-2 right down the pipe, and I can see him landing that eventually at some point, whether it's first, second, or third round. But another thing, too, I know a lot of people are going back to the Santos fight with Hill. He got taken down like 6 or 7 times. Honestly, I don't think he was even game planning for a wrestling fight. He thought this is probably going to be a striking fight and probably kind of surprised him. Like, I wouldn't have game planned for Santos going wrestle heavy there. So I'll give him a little bit of a benefit of the doubt in that fight with that. But I do think Glover will struggle a little bit more getting those takedowns with Hill than Yuri was. So this is going to be a close fight, and I can see it go any way, but I'm going to go with Hill. I think he's just going to land that shot eventually, and I'm going to say like late second or third round. It's just a different kind of striking, different kind of power. He's not going to have to be worried about the spinning elbows. It's the straight punches down the middle that Glover's going to have to worry about.
So we got 2 on Glover, two on Jamal Hill, and I'm going to break that tie and say that old man Glover gets this done. Dude. Literally, like, I mean, he's better everywhere in my opinion. The striking, obviously, Jamal Hill has excellent striking, but dude, Glover striking looked great against Yuri, and he's been working with Alex Pereira for years now. And if that ain't going to tighten your stuff up, I think it's way harder to fight Yuri than Jamal Hill, because Jamal Hill is throwing punches straight down the pipe with his uppercuts. Yuri's coming from weird angles, switching stances, doing all this shit, and that's hard to deal with. He took some giant shots from Yuri, so it's like what Patrick said. Maybe he took a lot of damage, and that adds up. But Thiago Santos took him down 6 times, dude. And like, I feel like every time Glover grabs him, he's going to take him down. And every time he takes him down, holds him down for a little bit, he's going to take a little bit of that energy away. Now, I didn't bet this because I can see it going just like Glover versus Yuri, or even Jamal Hill versus Thiago Santos, where Glover kind of beats him up and holds him down for 3.5 rounds. And then he slows down and Jamal hits him with that one big shot. But after what I've seen with him do with Yuri, dude, I just think that he's able to survive the striking of Hill, and that's really like Hill's main way to win. And then I think that Glover, anytime he takes him to the ground, dude, Glover is a savage. When he gets on top of you, he beats you up. He don't let you up. There's no stand up. He's beating you up. And as soon as he starts to like with Jan Blachowicz, as soon as he starts to transition on you, you're fucked, dude. Like if you can't keep him in your guard, or at least, like Yuri was just doing a lot of crazy shit and used a lot of strength too on to get up. And Glover just kept going for the finish. But like, I don't think Jamal Hill is like a blue belt or somewhere in there. So I just don't think that he's going to have what it takes. And I think he's going to keep slowing down, and Glover keeps going. And like I said, I didn't bet it because I could see Jamal knocking his head off, but I got to go with Glover. So that's 3-2 Glover, but I can't blame anybody picking Hill. None of that. BC Days talking about the Tapology group. Everybody, the fights are starting. What I want to say is, Johnny, give everybody a chance to say something to leave, and then I'm going to say something, say appreciate everybody in the thing. But Johnny, what you got to say about tonight, brother?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the fights. Like I said, this is a stack card. I got a lot of bets. Hopefully I don't go -6 units again. So hoping for that. Hope everybody does good on their bets. Hoping Shogun gets that retirement win, and hope for some violence tonight. Let's have some fun.
Yes, sir. 15 fights. Patty, what do you got, brother?
Yeah, 15 fight cards are my thing, dude. I love those, especially in Brazil. Lots of fun, retiring legends, some up and comers, some guys, undefeated off the regional scene. It's gonna be a fun fight. So thanks everybody in the live chat for joining us. Kyle, nice to officially break down fights with you, and Ben, nice to meet you and break down fights with you as well. Let's do it again, boys.
Yeah. For sure.
Yep, Kyle, what do you got? Where can we find you? All that and
Yeah, so find me on Twitter at NeverHedge. I also run a Substack where I give away all my takes for free. The Discord, like I said, you can find all that on Twitter. So at NeverHedge, you follow me, I'll hook you up with that. Go Giants. I will be tuning out of the fights and putting on the Giants.
Okay.
I will be double boxing, but the Giants take precedence. They get the big TV, they get the sound. So
right on.
Yeah.
Excellent. Ben, the funniest man, Bane Davis on Twitter. What do you got, brother?
Hey, man, just a pleasure to be here. This was a ton of fun. Y'all are a lot smarter than me when it comes to betting and prepping those sorts of picks. But yeah, I just at Ben the Bane Davis on platforms, man. I got a lot of fun stuff commentating wise coming up this year. Last year, I was really working on the media, the on-site correspondence, the interviews and things like that. This year, I'm really working on the play-by-play, and I got a ton of great stuff to announce in February and March.
I can't wait, man. Like I was telling my girlfriend, you definitely you're going to be big. I mean, you're already big in this field, but you put in the time, the work, you got the knowledge, the college stuff to be good with computers and all that. So good stuff, man. I can't wait to see what happens with everybody. Everybody here has got good stuff. That's why I've got them on here. I respect all you dudes. I appreciate everybody for hanging out with us this long, going over these fights. Sicky, BC Dave, man, everybody, Ice Viking, Effie, Any Action MMA, Bunny Hunter, my boy. We got Pink Freud, everybody that's been out. We had a ton of people. MPTV, Dev the Dude. Everybody check out Dev the Dude. He's going live right after this. MPTV, everybody, man. Papa Chuck, SK, Youthphoria, everybody, man. We appreciate you guys all coming out. Good luck on all your bets tonight. I hope everybody has a great night and has great fun, man. And we will see you guys. Enjoy your week off, and we'll see you on the week after that, man. Appreciate you guys coming on this show tonight, man. Good luck tonight, guys. See you guys later.
Man.
See you guys.
There, guys.